All right. Greetings and God bless everyone. All right. So this will be on me and how I started my business. Uh, in case people had any questions about how I did it and how I went about it. Uh, so let me give thanks to the Lord Jesus above all. I like to thank him and praise him and thank him for the former prophets and apostles and those that labor alongside him. I like to thank the Lord for that. I like to thank him for the sisters and brothers that labor alongside him in the gospel. Also, I like to thank the Lord for another day and that he keep me safe on this trip to New York and back. I also like to pray for my wife and family, sisters and brothers. I like to pray for all of them that they come to the truth. I want to continue to do that, and that the Lord keep me in His will. Thank you all. All right, so what I'm gonna talk about today was how I started my first business and the things that I went about with it. And if anybody has any questions, I'll try my best to answer them to the best of my ability. So with that being said, so I've been working for myself for now. For the most part, I've been working for myself now for about almost 17 years, and I haven't really worked for anybody in 17 years. I started off my first job was McDonald's. I won't forget that. And how much they paid an hour, but it was a lesson to learn how I can make money. And that being said, I did that. Now don't get me wrong. I wasn't always an upstanding person with how I made my money. Now I am. So I thank the Lord that He's put me on this path. So before I started my business, I was working in a warehouse, and I think I was making, I think I was like 11, maybe $12 an hour, somewhere around there. And greetings to everyone, and God bless you. So I was working in a warehouse. The company was called H Gregg, and I was working there night shift, well, overnight shift, 11 to 7 or 11 to 6 or something like that. I don't remember the exact hours, but I know it was overnight. And so one morning, when I was getting off from work, a guy was looking for somebody to help him on one of his trucks. I guess one of his guys hadn't showed up, and this was delivering appliances. Now, this job immediately that I got, I was considered a helper on his truck, and so he taught me how to carry appliances in, how to hook them up, dishwasher, microwave, ovens, uh, washers and dryers. He taught me how to do all of that stuff. He ripped me off, but what he taught me was valuable in forming working for myself. So I worked for him the better part of a year, and then I don't. I guess he had so many damages with the people that was working for him that his insurance went up, and they were taking so much money out for his claims that he had that he got to the point when he didn't want to pay the people that was working for him. And that right there is a key thing to anybody that runs a business. Even if you don't make any money, you got to pay your employees. I had to learn the hard way about that, and I think I've only did that maybe twice in my life. Uh, and that was it was a bad business practice. I think I let personal things come in between me and continuing this business, but I still straightened out that situation. So like I said, for the better part of a year, I worked for this guy, and he taught me a lot of stuff. No, you don't actually. Well, in certain things, a business degree is really a trade. It's not really something you can go to school and get a whole bunch of degrees. And some people do, but it's what you get when you're going to build a business. So some people get degrees, business degrees, but they're actually trade degrees, something that you can get from high school. Because generally, nobody has to have any education in order to start a business. You got to remember, A lot of the people that started businesses long before us, before we got here, they didn't have degrees or anything like that. They just started a business. So no, like like if you start an insurance company or like or like I don't know, like maybe a construction company or something like that. It's good to have a business trade degree. It's good to have that. A lot of people do go to college for that, but it only prepares you to be able to read documents and stuff like that. That's what that business degree does because it's a trade. It's like coding. Uh, you don't actually have to go to college to be a coder. You just have to learn coding, like learn a binary code with computers and stuff like that. But you don't actually have to go to college for that. Uh, Graphic design and things like that. They got 1 year degrees and stuff like that that people get. So the business degree just says that you got credentials in order to be able to run, depending whatever business you're running. So that's all. That's all a business degree is, and it's really a trade. As far as what I've seen, I haven't seen anybody that actually has a company that hires for a person that has a business degree. They're hiring for their qualifications. Like, I'll give you an example. My brother, he's been in business longer than I have. My brother's been in business for about 30 or 40 years. But he went to school. He has two masters and a bachelor. I won't tell. Well, I guess he wouldn't mind. I don't believe he'll mind. So I'll say a little bit of what he does. So my brother, he went to school for safety. He got masters and bachelors and stuff. I don't even remember what they are because he never used anything except for the safety that he went to school for, which was actually something that he didn't have to get a degree in. It was a trade. OSHA, they don't tell you, but getting a degree to be able to do safety on things where the government hires you out to go in and teach people about how handling chemicals and so forth and so on like that. They teach classes. They're trades. So what he did was because I got certified, OSHA certified, I think probably maybe 25 years ago by my brother. He used to teach the classes, and the government would pay him $450 a head. I think per week per student in order to teach people the OSHA guidelines and stuff like that. So that was one of the things that unlike my brother, I mean, don't get me wrong. He may not be no good when it comes to discussing the Bible, but business, he's real good on the high end of it. I'm like in the middle, you know. I'm around the six figure area. My brother, he's way above that. So I'll just say that. Now, my brother, he gets contracts by the government, and I'll give you an example for my brother. Like maybe they might be building a part of a highway that's going to take 4 or 5 years, or it may be a base that they're tearing down where they got asbestos, like old bases and stuff like that. That's going to take 4 or 5 years. Where he gets government contracts, they pay him between 5, 6, and $7 million for that. So that's what that's where the safety comes in. And you know, he pays people, he hires engineers, so forth and so on. Some of the people that he hires, they make 100,000 a year, and some of the people 70, $80,000 a year, something like that. Some will make more than that, but those are just the base people of what he hires as far as in the business that he's in. So he's a pretty much you can call him a safety director. He's OSHA qualified in order to train people in what they require you to have and all the stipulations in order to be able to run work sites and stuff like that. So that's my brother. Now, with me, like I said, when I started off doing deliveries, appliance deliveries, and that was back in 2009. I think when I first started my contract, I got myself insurance. I had my quote unquote so-called wife. Well, I'll just say my ex-girlfriend. Not at that time. So let me take that back. She wasn't around. I was by myself, so I was single then. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But so what happened was after this guy wouldn't he didn't pay me my money. He shorted me $3,000. But like I said, what he taught me was valuable for me starting my own business. So I got my own truck. I knew how to deliver the appliances and stuff like that. They what they did was they contracted out each delivery. Like say for instance, a customer at this time ordered say they ordered a refrigerator. And a refrigerator is like $5,000. It doesn't matter. They paid us like $45 to $50 a stop, and I would have somewhere between 15 and 20 stops a day because I did a lot of stops. I was pretty fast. I got fast at doing it. Like I said, the guy, even though he ripped me off, he prepared me for the future as far as deliveries and stuff like that. And so started off with my first truck. I think I was clearing like almost $5,000 a week, something like that at the time. Uh, that's what I did. I'm doing $5,000, $6,000 a week. So in a month, we talking almost 12 to $24,000 a month. Uh, Now you still had expenses like fuel. You had to pay your people. You had to pay your insurance, and your insurance was crazy high, especially if you had people that got complaints. Like you would have somebody that you were training that maybe drop an appliance and damage somebody's floor. Instead of you being able to fix that one little nick in the floor, you got to replace the whole floor in the house. And don't get me wrong, I still know guys that do that type of business now that still ask me about coming back to doing that. Nah, I'm gonna leave that for the young men. They can have that. So I did appliance delivery for about, I think it was about 6, 7 years, something like that. I made good money doing it, but the problem is is somebody that comes from the street and they make legal money that the government can't take. You find every way you can to waste money every week, and so eventually I got to the point when I stopped wasting money doing it. But the company reason why I stopped working for that company is because they eventually went out of business. And so while they were going out of business, I was already thinking, what can I do besides for that? And I had no idea about all of the things that I do now. And I thank God that I learned about all of this stuff. So she did deliveries just like I did, appliance deliveries and stuff like that. My sister, she's pretty tough. But my younger sister, we both born on the same day. So, like I said, about $24,000 a month, and in that time right there, I quote unquote got married to my ex girlfriend and stuff like that. But that business, like I said, they went out of business, so now I had to figure out. Mind you, they went out of business and had me out of town delivering, which was the worst part of it, and kept telling us that they was gonna fix the situation, which they didn't. So me listening, and this is another bad business practice. If you start seeing things go south, leave it alone. That was the lesson that I learned from it. So I delivered there for a while, and then you know wound up losing my apartment, car, and all that stuff like that. Wound up having to live with my sister for a while. Do a pity party for myself for about 6 or 7 months. And my sister, she had already bounced back. She was doing medical and home delivery, something like Amazon at the time, but the company was called UDS. So she told me about it. Now, at this time, I didn't have a license. I didn't have a license, but my quote unquote uh, uh, ex girlfriend did. So what I did was I put the business and everything in her name. We ran deliveries for this. I was doing about 99 home deliveries, and on my route that I was running, I was doing medical delivery. I had like 13, no, 10 stops for the medical side of it. So I would do those in the morning and do the house deliveries in the afternoon. And I was clearing, and I was making way less than what I was making for that. But it as I was doing it, I started realizing something, that there has to be another business out here like this. So I did that for like 2 or 3 years. I think I was making about $5,000-6,000 a month, working 5 days a week. And that was well, I never had to build a customer base, Sister Georgina. I never had to build a customer base. And the reason why I didn't is because most of the people already they contracted the business to you, so they already had the customers. So you can pretty much say that I was the second party to the major business like I am now. I'm second party. I'm a business partner to the people like today. For instance, I'm headed to New York right now. They're gonna pay me pretty decent for this. I'll get me a hotel. I'll get me a hotel room once I finish this. I'm gonna ride half of the way back before I actually get me any rest. So I'll be resting tomorrow around 12 or 1 o'clock. But yeah, so uh, yeah, you can build a business with what I'm doing. You just have to build a clientele and you got to learn the paperwork. One thing I will tell you about what I do is good things if you work in warehouses or if you're good with shipping and receiving and stuff like that. That is that to me, that's the best catalyst for building your business with what I do. It's learning shipping and receiving, the bill of lading, how to ship something out, how to receive and how to read the paperwork. This is working in a warehouse or supervisor, whatever it may be. That's the best way to build with this business right here in order to do that. So, like I was saying, uh, what I did was, like I said, I worked that job right there, and I made more money than just $5,000 a month. Some months I would get close to $7,000 or whatever. Uh, you know, but I still was not doing like I switched over to a different order of greetings and door.
Peace and blessings, brother.
Hey,
You
God bless you.
God bless you. You can continue. I'm listening, and there's some questions that we have to ask, and maybe if I ask them the
No, you can
questions,
stop me at any time, man. This is
yeah.
hey, you can stop me at any time if you got any questions, brother.
All right, brother. If I see anything in the chat, I'll just read it off and ask.
Okay. So what happened with this job? Like I said, I did it. You don't have to secure funding for the type of work that I do, which is great. Because like I said, you either second or third party with what I do. And male or female can do it. It's the heavy lifting stuff. I'll get into the cleaning business part. Greetings, Ray Collins, and anyone else that I miss. Greetings to all of you, and also you too, Georgina Fleming. So though that was my second business that I started. Like the the, the problem is when the problem is when some people start these businesses, what they do is they forget that they're working for themselves and they allow these companies to tell them what to do. Now, don't get me wrong, you can't violate your contracts, but they also can't tell you what to do either. Uh, so, greetings, Mercy Car. So, what I did was when I ran for them, I had a lady there, man, and I tell you, this is at the place of UDS that I did for like 4 years, and I also used to make extra money because what I used to do is they had this paid by the hour, and it was only like $10, $12 an hour or whatever. And what we would do is we would stack the medical totes in order for everybody's totes to go out, stuff like that. You would fill the skids up with where they would have to go, and like we would have to sort them because we were the delivery team, and I was also on the delivery team. And so I would make money doing that too. I'd have that extra check coming in. I always maximize my profit with whatever I'm doing. Like for instance, like I said, right now I'm on a delivery. Right now I'm going to New York. I'll make a decent amount of money. So, but I did that for 3 or 4 years, and then I ran to another company. The reason why I left UDS, and I probably could have got a bigger route and made more money. I could have did that, but I didn't like the lady there, and I really didn't because we bumped heads so many times is because I'm not going to allow you to tell me what to do with my business. Now, if I'm wrong and I'm making mistakes, I'm going to listen. But it wasn't because I was making mistakes. You just wanted to control what I was doing. I'm not going to let you do that. When I'm paying for the insurance, I'm paying for the gas in my vehicle. I'm doing all of this. So no, you wasn't doing anything. You just wanted to try to treat it like I was an hourly employee. So I started looking for other companies that did the same thing. So I ran across. I know you guys know about CVS. Endure, you know about CVS?
Nah, nah, I never.
CVS pharmacy.
Oh yeah, CVS
Never heard of
pharmacy.
them?
Yeah. Oh yeah, CVS pharmacy. Well, I heard CBS. I'm like CBS
Yeah. So
company. Go ahead,
yeah,
brother.
CVS pharmacy. I used to deliver
Gotcha.
for them.
Okay.
So with CVS Pharmacy, I had so I went to this company. It's called Now Courier. Like I tell you all the time, the name of the business that I'm in is called it's an independent contract or it's a courier service. Now you can be a courier for a company, but if they paying you $25 or $30 an hour, it's worth it.
Yeah, yeah. Never take the hourly pay, right?
Oh, yeah. Hold on one second. I want to answer Terrence's question.
Okay.
No, Terrence. No, actually, my job doesn't have a lot of like what we have. We have dry ice, we have regular ice, and then we have bio deliveries, which means that it doesn't have to be cold or hot. It just has to get there, like a blood draw or something like that. And so it doesn't require for it to be refrigerated. Like the delivery that I'm doing today, it doesn't require to be refrigerated, but it's still ready.
How
So
would
you
you?
have deliveries like that. So yeah, the dry ice.
Okay. How would you handle like if you do have to deliver ones with ice? Like, do you have to package it up in a certain type of container or something like that?
Woo, hey, I can tell ain't no negative weather that you're riding in, and you got to keep cracking the windows while you ride. Cause hey, that stuff will have you woozy for real.
Oh man.
I couldn't figure out why I was getting a headache the first time I did the dry ice either, right? So I'm riding, and I'm like, why is my head hurting like that? So the guy tells me, oh no, you can't ride with your car closed up like that. You gotta vent it. So yeah, with dry ice, I don't care if the package is closed or not, you still gotta vent it because it's chemically made ice. So that's no I, they do give you gloves, but I don't really have to touch it. I don't have to touch the dry ice. I don't have to touch it. It's usually already in the package by then. Let's see.
I do have a question. Do you have to have a certain type of
Let me
insurance?
answer. Hold on, let me answer Georgina's, and I'll answer yours. No, Georgina, when I retire from this, I won't be doing I'll be doing probably a few deliveries here and there. I'm planning on buying a farm and stuff like that. So that's my end goal. I'll still have my cleaning business, and I'll start my own delivery company when I retire. Is what I'll do. I'll train people under me so they can run my company for me. So that's my goal as far as that. But now I like what I'm doing. I like driving. Not so much at night, but I have to do it. Now you ask me what type of insurance. All right,
Yeah.
so to be honest, in order to do it right, you got to get commercial insurance. And the reason why you have to get commercial insurance because I'll be honest, at first I really didn't realize why they require that until I started driving up towards New York. And what I see when I'm up north is a lot of truck drivers getting a lot of bad accidents, and they always involve car. So the reason why you got to have commercial insurance, for instance, like this radioactive stuff that I'm delivering right here, I'm not sure, but I think it may be worth like maybe $30,000 or something like that.
Wow.
That being said, my insurance has to cover that.
Yeah. About how much is it for
And,
like commercial
and
insurance?
well, you can get the basic, which is probably about. I mean, it depends the state too. So I know in the state of Indiana where I stay at, depending on the neighborhood, as long as you don't stay in the hood, it ain't too bad. But if you stay in the hood, because they worry about whether your car is gonna get broken into and this and that, and they don't want to pay for stuff like that, so they charge you more if you stay in the hood. They charge you less if you stay in a nice area. But mine is $475 a month.
Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad.
But that's in Indiana. Like New York, I can guarantee it's probably about maybe $1,200 a month.
Oh man. And I'm here up in Massachusetts, so it's probably kind of expensive too. But yeah.
Yeah. The best, and I'll tell you, the best place to get commercial insurance is to go through Progressive. You're not gonna find no better prices. So, um, what I did was, and if you got any more questions, just let me know. Just stop me at any time. All right. So what I did, well, like I said, I did that for about 3 or 4 years, and then I ran across another company, which was CVS. Now, it wasn't actually CVS; it was called Now Courier. I was the third party because the first party was CVS. The second party was the company that was contracting the deliveries out to me. Now, mind you, by this time, yeah, well, I get that. I get that. I don't have a Class A Terrence. I really don't. I don't have one because I don't see the point in me driving a semi when I make as much as a truck driver makes, if not some days more. So yeah, and I don't have to have DOT either when you do the stuff that I do. So, but yeah, so yeah, that's how that works. I know, like I get the truck driver. Like I got a couple of young brothers that I know that drive trucks and stuff like that. So yeah, I understand all that right there. Uh, and that's what I want to be able to do too. Once I get to my transportation business, I want to be able to employ truck drivers, box truck drivers, van drivers, uh, uh, SUV drivers, and car drivers. I want to do. I want to have the whole. I want to have the whole thing just to see what the profit looks like. Not because I'm greedy, but I just want to see the point of building a business like that. See, that's what I haven't done. So that would be my end goal in order to start buying building, for docks for trucks, for box trucks and vans and cars. Plus, here's the thing: like a lot of these companies store products that they deliver for these companies that you're contracted out to. So you know,
Or even having your own personal dispatcher,
yeah,
somebody that can run
yeah,
the routes.
uh, yeah. Yes, actually, yeah. Well, one second, Endor. Yeah, I deliver to operating rooms. I deliver kidneys, lungs, spleens. I don't do the whole cadaver, but I deliver a lot of the body parts.
Mm.
All right. Now, what was you saying, Endor? Yeah, so I do deliver the operating rooms. Uh, as far as like if somebody's having a kidney transplant, liver transplant, whatever the case may be.
The places that you deliver to, because I know you told me about the hospice type of thing, right? Um,
Uh-huh.
are they like partnered with other people that are on the outside that you're delivering to, or they just dropping it off to different hospices?
What do you mean? Maybe I'm not understanding what you're asking.
Like the
So
company, like is the company this like where you're dropping it off? You're dropping it off into the same company, or they're distributing that same freight out to just other random places?
I don't deliver any freight. No, no
Okay,
freight.
on the freight. Okay, gotcha.
No freight. Remember,
Oh, it's
I'm in
all
a car.
medical. Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, I'm in a car. So no freight.
And
And
that
what happens
mileage.
with me, right? So, like, go ahead.
Now I'm saying that
I'm
mileage on
listening.
your car, you must have to have a really good car to be going, to and fro more of a newer vehicle.
No, I've came to the I've come to the understanding that in order to keep your miles down on your car, you're gonna have to rent cars and from time to time just rent cars and make deliveries in them and stuff like that. And they'll pay for themselves.
Mm, wow. Okay. I never thought of that. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, let me answer Terrence Norwood. When I first started doing deliveries, when I actually didn't have a license, I learned how to drive box trucks. So let me say that. So yeah, I do not. I do not. Hey, greetings, binary. So I do know how to drive box trucks. I just don't drive them. So yeah, but it's a good investment if you don't mind the hard labor of delivering appliances and stuff like that. You could make uh in the upwards of 200,000 to 300,000 a year if you run your business right and you get the right people on your team. Doing appliance deliveries for like Lowe's, Home Depot, and places like that. Uh,
Mm,
uh, Best Buy, all of those places. You get a contract with them, and it's you. XPO is the biggest contractor for that stuff right now. So that's an advice. I mean, you guys are young, so that would be a good business to get into to really learn the trade of actually running your own business and hiring people and stuff like that. 1099 employees and all of that. Learning your books and all of that. That's a good start. Uh, well, no. Right now I'm just using rentals right now, and I mean I make more than what I spend out in rentals, so it's not too bad.
do
So
you
yeah, you can honestly when you do what I do, you buy a car that you once you done ran it in the ground. Pretty much, I'm just gonna say that's what you're gonna do. Once you done ran it in the ground, you can just buy you another one. Because the car, you trust me, you'll be done made more than what you spent on that car. I know you will.
mm,
So yeah, hey, yeah. Hold on a second, guys. I'm ordering me something to eat. I'm sorry.
you're like, yeah, let me get a 6 piece chicken nugget. Yeah, honey mustard. I hope Miss Am getting something good to eat. But yeah, that's a good idea about renting out vehicles so you don't run the mileage up on your own vehicle. Or if you do have a business and you're using a vehicle already, a good business plan is like when that the mileage on that car runs up, you can just flip that car, sell it back, and go buy a brand new car, like Mr. Ham was saying. That's a good business plan right there. Yeah, let me read the chat. Y'all laughing. Sardine sandwich. Hey man, my parents Jamaican. We ate too much sardine growing up, man. I can't eat sardines anymore. No sir. We get some real fish. Oh man. Boy, Mr. Hammond, he ordered the whole thing. Sardines and vinegar. What? I don't know, brother Briggs. I can't. I can't do it. uh-uh. I ain't never tried it, but I ain't gonna knock it.
All right, I'm back, y'all.
Welcome back, brother.
Well, I'll tell you something. Sometimes, bud, be ordering stuff and people just keep trying to sell you stuff. Listen, I told you what I wanted.
You want 2 chocolate chips for $1?
Nah, I don't eat no McDonald's. I haven't ate McDonald's in 8 years.
Hey, they say they got human meat in there now, so hey, that's a good thing.
No, it's not that. It's just like that lady that had that uh she said that was quick. No, I haven't had no, I'm at Popeyes.
Love me some chicken from
Uh
Popeyes. They sing to you. Do they still sing to you out there? They used to sing to us in the South, man.
nah,
Uh,
nah, no, no, so well, no, yeah, like I said, I haven't ate McDonald's, man, in 8 years, and it was the lady. She had that hamburger in a glass case from like '95 to like 2013, and it didn't rot or nothing. It was
ooh.
still the same as the day that she bought it.
Oh
I said,
yeah, I think I saw that. I
I
saw
seen,
that. Yeah,
yeah, I said, I never eat McDonald's again.
trying to make a super soldier, man.
It'll do more than that to you.
Oh,
So, but yeah, so what happened with me, as far as like when I left from the place to UDS, and I had a part what's name, and so uh, I started delivering for them. What they had their yeah, 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 it won't receipt. Yep. So what happened with that was I started there, and they had like postal deliveries, library deliveries, but their biggest delivery was the medical deliveries. You either had narcotics or standard medicine, and what it was is we delivered like to nursing homes, and I had all right, thank you. You too. And I designed my own route because I had learned all of that stuff from doing the deliveries over the years. So I designed my own route, and so when I did that, between doing between doing the no, between doing the library and and also I did postal deliveries too, where with postal bags, like I would move mail from different post offices to another post office. So I had those deliveries that I did through this company called Now Courier. They're still in business, but they trash now because all the good people are gone, and their business practice is not as good as it was when I first started there. The people that knew how to make money for the company are gone now because they didn't want to take care of the people that were making money for them. And me being one of them, that's why I left. So yeah, I started there, and like I said, I did deliveries for the post office. Actually, I delivered for Kroger's too. So I delivered for Kroger's, the post office, and the library. And those were good runs. Uh, as far as doing those deliveries. Now I was already making when I first designed my route for CVS. They were so messed up. I was first one to design the route, and then they designed all the other routes after that off of what I did. So I had 10 stops. I had 10 stops that took me 8 hours to deliver, and I was making 1,800 a week. Besides those other three things that I told you guys that I was delivering. So when I got finished and you add up what I was making about 25, almost $2,700 a week. I believe that's about where I was at. Uh, and on the design of me designing my own route.
Mm.
Now, and I made that for like 3 years, and I ran for him for a while. It was a real good job. I mean, well, not job, but a good business. To be a third partner and I would charge him for everything that I did for him. Oh, well, can you drop this off even though you're going here? Yeah, you're gonna pay me for it, but I'll do it. And that's the thing. You don't do anything for free, not because you're greedy, because your business doesn't run off of you doing things free for them. You're a third party. That means they're contracting something out to you. That's not for you to do it for free. You're trying to build your business. They already have a business. They're contracting you. They're contracting out to you they're contracting out to you their business. So they've already made the money. So now it's time for you to make yours. And if they ask you to do anything extra, no, you don't throw anything in there. You get paid for that. That's the same thing with this company that I do. I charge them for everything. and they don't say nothing at all because they don't have any complaints. And not to mention, even they company, right? About my license just was just suspended for about a week, so I was off for a week with the company that I'm with. Yeah, they was checking to see like, well, you get that straightened out. This and that. I'm gonna tell you, don't never wait on the BMV to get your stuff straightened out because they slow. But yeah, so I got back to work. No, no, gas prices don't affect me at all. I can tell you that now. And the reason why they don't, I might complain about them, but I would always like cheaper gas. But at the end of the day, doesn't affect me at all. Doesn't make no difference to me one way or the other. Because one thing I can tell you is, no matter what, I'm not gonna stop working, and I'm not gonna allow the fact that I gotta pay a little bit more, a little bit for gas to stop me from making money. That makes no sense. When Obama was in office, gas prices was this price. If you guys go back and look, I was paying this amount. I was paying this much for gas when Obama was in office, when I was doing deliveries. So no, gas prices don't affect me. I paid up to $4 a gallon when Obama was in office. But it just goes to show you that it doesn't matter when it comes to when you're doing delivery. This is the stuff that I do. One thing I learned is this is the only type of business, one of the only type of businesses that no matter what happens, inflation doesn't affect it one way or the other. So
Hey man, that's awesome.
I like what I do. Yeah, I hate to say it. I've seen a lot of people that I don't want to do that type of work and this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, the more that you complain, 13 hours one way,
Whoa.
Drago.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Would you
drove up to
say
Boston.
would you say you'd have to have a passion for driving, or you know, or
No,
for a person that's starting
no,
out, it can be very tedious doing that type of hours?
no, no.
Mm, 13
Well,
hours.
for me, I like doing it. I like doing it.
Yeah.
Well, Brother Johnson, it when I'm not driving out of town, like when I'm not doing my far trips, I say in a day, I can do about 14 deliveries. I call local 3 hour drives and stuff like that one way. Those are local deliveries for me. So in a week, I really I don't know. I know one week I made more than what I usually make. I'm like $3,000 for one week. So I did two runs. I did two runs to New Jersey, and then I had a couple of other stops, and I cleared 3,100 on that one. So you know, file taxes just like anybody else. DeAndre, uh, the reason why, like, I only pay 10% in taxes, and that should be for anybody if you do deliveries, because you get to file what you pay for insurance or what you pay for gas, and if you got payments on your car and your food and your hotel expenses and your gas, all of that right there is included in your taxes.
Mm. And Terrence, when you say that, would that be on the point of view of you working for somebody else as a driver, or you have your own truck? Are you like capped out at
What
13, no, 11 hours when you have your own business, or you working for somebody else as a truck driver?
It's 12 hours.
Okay. So I think he's talking about like the point of
You're
view
only supposed to
if
ride
he was
12.
hired as a truck driver.
I don't think I would want to drive a truck longer than 12 hours if I did that. That's more stress on your body driving semis too.
I heard it's scary. I don't trust truck drivers, man. They be driving faster than the cars sometimes. I'm like, yo, you're pushing it way too heavy.
Yeah, especially up north. Especially up north. That's why a lot of the accidents happen. You don't hear about a lot of those accidents. What I don't see. I see more accidents up north than I do down south.
Yeah.
One thing I can tell you.
Uh, um, Mr. Hammond, would you say that the best thing is to get in and start to learn the business is the best thing, like the experience? Because like I hear you speaking, you was like you kind of made your own system and then they kind of went off of your system, learning the routes so that, like you said, maximizing the money so you can take the most profit home.
Yeah. What I mean, like you always supposed to maximize your profit when you work for yourself, no matter
Yeah.
what. That's the idea of doing working for yourself. You don't look at the hours, and you shouldn't. If you base your business off your hours, you're gonna always lose in your profit. Me, like say for instance, I drive to Chicago, right? I drive to Chicago. That's about $300 for me
Yeah.
one way.
And to double back on that question, would you say you drive like six? You drive every day of the week, or you drive like you leave one day that you can rest?
I do some weeks. I do some
Okay.
weeks.
Okay.
I don't get tired like that. I don't get tired like that. Uh, Weird. I'm the very definition of a day walker.
Now you like my parents, man. It's a different generation of hustlers, man. They don't get tired. He's just always working.
Mhm.
Thinks thinks just
Drago, you said uh, all my deliveries are rush deliveries according to them. I really don't have nothing I can really think of. I did have yeah, DeAndre, I'm considered an independent contractor. I'm sorry, Endo. I'm not Endo. I'm trying to keep up with the chat too.
no. I'm looking in the chat too. I know you got. I know Sister Georgina got another question.
Boston and Massachusetts is the furthest. I went to Maryland the other day, but I realized though, driving to Maryland wasn't as far as I thought it was. So, yeah. Yeah, excuse me. I'm trying to eat and talk to you at the same time. I can get back on the road.
Yeah,
uh,
if you get one of them biscuits.
yeah, biscuits is good too. Uh, Probably some days I work 16 to 18 hours, but a 16 to 18 hour a day to me is about $700 to $800.
Mm, that's good
No,
money.
I haven't. DeAndre, I haven't never had to do that, so I don't know. I mean, I'll check, but I'll. Oh, you talking about? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I did that once, but that was like
Yeah.
3 years ago. They don't have you do it that often here in Indiana. I had to think about what he was saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
and I
business
think
entity. Yeah, yeah. I think that's like every 3 years or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, they tried to like make it mandatory and enforce it recently, and it got slapped down in the Supreme Court. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, you know what? They used to be every 3 years. When I did mine, Oh yeah, Terrence. It used to be 12 hours. So they brought it down to 11.
Wow.
I'm driving the rental. I got a eco van today.
I think the best
It's
thing about
electric.
oh, you
Greetings
got a
with life with Paulette. Go ahead, Indoor.
you got an electric car. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
They talked me into it. I don't really care for electric. No, it's not all electric.
Uh,
It had to have gas too, and I still ain't used the gas part. I mean the electric part of it.
all right. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever drive a electric car, but
Well, Georgina, let's see. On a weekly basis, it depends. If it's my long runs out of town, if it's my long runs out of town, I think I'll spend about maybe 300 to 400 a week. But if I'm local, probably about 250, somewhere around there. So yeah. The long routes, well, you don't really realize like that. The reason why you'll spend a little bit more in gas is because as you go up north, gas just can't continues to climb.
tell me about it.
Like
What's up?
once I get past Ohio, and I pass over into Pennsylvania, I can drive them. There's just no what I do doesn't require it, DeAndre.
Yeah.
It doesn't require me to drive Sprinter van or box trucks. Now, the company, the company that I'm with. The company that I'm partnered with, they do have positions for box truck drivers and sprinter drivers and stuff like that. They do have positions for that. The thing I like about the company that I'm partnered with, they've been in business for going on 40 years now.
Mm. How
That's a
long did
that's a
it?
no-brainer for me.
How long did it take you to find that company? Or was it hard to find them?
No, I mean, well, you know what? I'll tell you, I was going through and just putting when I was going through and just feeling because it's not really an application. It's more of a declaration of what you're able to do, right?
Yeah.
And so I was just filling out for different companies and stuff like that. And they contacted me, had me come in, came in, did my paperwork and everything, got my TSA qualification.
TSA
Oh,
qual-
DeAndre, I'm with Velox Express, VLOX Express.
You said
So,
TSA qualification. What's that?
like at the airport, people that checking on planes,
Gotcha,
same
gotcha,
qualifications.
gotcha.
Yeah, you got to have that because I deliver airplane parts too.
Oh wow, yo, that's
Yeah.
it's pretty neat.
Yeah, sometimes, man, it gets on my nerves though, and I'm gonna tell you why it gets on my nerves because sometimes, like you go to there and one number or one name can be wrong, and you'll be there 2 or 3 hours waiting for them to straighten that out.
They reimburse you for it though.
Yeah, you get paid for wait time, but that ain't that much money.
Yeah,
Let me stop acting like that money don't help pay my bills. So let me stop acting like that. Yeah, I don't that wait time stuff. I don't care for that stuff.
yeah.
So like I said, I wouldn't trade what I'm doing for anything. What I felt like God blessed me with this position because I'm gonna tell you, I've been with them for 3 years. I run more than anybody in the company. I'm just at this right here. The thing I learned is if you want to make money, you got to learn what to say no to and what makes no sense to say no to.
Gotcha.
Company takes care of me. I don't work for them, but they take good care of me. They make sure that I make good money every week. I don't have to question whether or not I'm gonna make money.
Here's a good question. Your own health insurance, working for yourself, do those companies offer health insurance?
Nope, nope.
Mm.
Nope.
Uh,
My wife, well, Terrence, I have to say this. Our money ain't good money in the streets. I ain't in the streets, so that's the only way I can look at it like that, brother. But that's just me.
Facts.
So I mean, a job's a job, man. When you come on the streets like me, I understand the phrase "our money ain't good money." So
Mm.
so I get it. But like, you got whole hospitals that you deliver for. Yeah. Oh yeah. Commercial insurance. Uh, excuse me. DeAndre,
Progressive.
is commercial insurance and yeah, Progressive. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here writing my notes down.
I got you, Trans. I had to clarify like all greetings, brother and holiness. Uh, so yeah, they the people that I'm partnered with, they take good care of me because they know at the end of the day, if they want somebody to show up, that's gonna be me. Somebody that they can call at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning or 12 or whatever. My wife don't even look over my phone. Be ready at 3 o'clock in the morning. They must want you to go somewhere.
Yeah, they see that professionalism and that work
Yeah, I
ethic.
passed through. Yeah, I passed through. Yep, you're right too. Uh, DeAndre. Yeah, I pass through Bloomington a lot when I go to like Evansville, Bloomfield, Jasper, and stuff like that. Yeah, I that's the Bloomington. I don't make enough money delivering in Bloomington. That's not far enough for me. So it has to be past Bloomington, like Bedford or something like that. Yeah, I'll do that. But as far as Bloomington as a run, if it's on my way, yeah, I'll stop and do it. But just to do a run like that, if they slow, yeah. But as far as a run for a day, nah. It's only $50.
Oh, and Mr. Ham, are you able to get
Yep.
health insurance as a what do you call it, 1099 worker?
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Okay,
cost me more.
gotcha.
Like once I get the money saved up that my wife can stop working and she can stop working, then I'm gonna pay for our insurance.
Gotcha.
But as it stands right now, she has good insurance. Like my wife, plus she ain't gonna quit her job no time soon anyway. Yep. But yeah, she likes what she do because she gets to fly for free. And I don't even care for flying. So this year, her idea of a trip is to go to Jamaica
Oh yeah, big up. Let's do it.
on my dime. Or correction, our dime.
Right? You gonna enjoy it though, man.
I
You gonna
gotta see
enjoy
it.
it.
Man, listen. Till I retire, I really don't even want to go nowhere, man. I be telling her that she don't get it. It's not that I. Yeah, we got a uniform to for the advertise for their company that we have to wear, and they require us to wear it. But once I leave from there, I can put on whatever I want to put on.
Okay.
So it varies. It varies. And I mean, it's just a little polo shirt and some tan pants, and that's it.
And you know how some companies, well, I know you're doing rentals, but I know some companies require you to put their logo on your car and promote them
DOT,
too.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
nah, nope. And it cost them some money for me to do that. They know better than ask me for that. And not that they ain't a good company, but yeah, it's only so far I'll go for them.
Yeah. I think that's probably the hardest thing is like most people get into the business and don't realize they're working for themselves and they ain't gonna say nothing. They just do what those people tell them to do. You still thinking
Yeah,
like a worker.
I can't sleep. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, so Terrence, I can sleep in the hotel and they'll reimburse me on the money, but a lot of times I don't. Like this time I am, so they'll reimburse me. So yeah, it just depends.
Come to work for
Yeah, so indoors, yeah. What being an independent contractor will always be the best decision that you made. The first thing you got to do is get your body prepared to sit in the car for longer than 6 to 7 hours. That's the first thing, and
I'm
not
already
just for
used to
once,
that.
but consecutive.
Yeah. On a normal basis, I probably drive like 4 hours a day sometimes.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
A lot of times I buy food and don't finish it all the way, like I ain't ready to do right now. About to get back on the road.
you be like, I bought this food, I gotta finish it.
Nah, man.
No.
Sometimes I be trying to, but my main thing is coffee. And now I had to find a good energy drink because I used to drink the monsters and stuff like that. But them
Oh
things is
no.
horrible, man.
Oh no.
Them things is
Not the
horrible.
monsters. Mm-mm. Coffee then, yeah, but
But
some people gotta pee a lot when they drink coffee.
no, not me. I think I'm past that part, man. I mean, I've drank coffee for so long.
Yeah.
I'm past that, and so I do. I like sometimes I like my I won't get myself off a blood pressure pill, so I'm working towards doing that. But that's the only time that I have to use the restroom a lot. Just whenever I'm taking my blood pressure pills and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Uh, but yeah, for the most part though, yeah, I dig doing this work. Yep. Yeah, they calculated the time wrong on this, and I'm gonna let her know that they did because they didn't like it's saying I got 11 hours and 8 minutes to get to where I'm going, which will be 9 o'clock tomorrow. But you had me pick this up at 9 o'clock, and even if I stop get gas or whatever, which I did that before I even picked it up, there's no way that I should get there at like 9:09 unless it's gonna be traffic by the time that I get there. So we'll see.
Mm.
So I finished telling what happened as far as what I was doing when I was going through business. So, like I said, I was making good money doing the deliveries for CVS, and then they got bought out by another contract. They got lowballed, and so by this company called Priority, right? I didn't work for them probably nothing but about a week, and I can't remember. Somebody was telling me something about a cleaning business or whatever, right? So I'm like, man, I could. I'm saying to myself, like, I know how to clean toilets and sweep and mop and all this and that. I'm saying to myself, like this, right? Not thinking that I was gonna actually start a cleaning business, and that's what I did, right? So when I started the cleaning business, I think my first month it made about $300. a month for like 3 months, right? Now, mind you, I'm seeing this big chunk of money being made, and I'm thinking to myself, like, why is all these people taking all this money and giving me $300? But this goes to show that when you sign a contract, you better read every bit of it, even the small writing. So it was a lesson learned on my part, not to just up and sign something without reading. So it was a lesson taught. Don't get me wrong. After those 4 months went by, I went from 300 to 600 to 700 to $1,500 a month, and in a year's time, I had got up to making about $2,000 a month cleaning buildings and stuff like that. But then I realized something. I said, okay, so if I can make this much without doing these smaller buildings, let me get into some of the bigger buildings. And this is when I started my cleaning business. Mind you, I still had my ex-girlfriend around me. So I started to get bigger buildings. So instead of me making $22,000 a month, that went to $2,500. I got another building that paid $900. So now, my money starts going up and up. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay. So by the time I look up, I'm 2-3 years into it. And mind you, this is franchise. This is not like I'm doing this myself. This is somebody that's giving me these contracts. They're paying the insurance on it. I'm paying for the insurance, but they're paying the insurance for if any damages happen, any thefts or anything like that happens, right? So I'll fast forward. This is franchise, and I'll explain what that is. So 3 years, 2.5 years went by. By that time, I'm at like 18, 19,000, right? So I only knew a few more buildings to be making $20,000 a month. And so, mind you, now my quote unquote ex-wife girlfriend slash girlfriend, she's still doing the delivery at the company that I left, right? So now I'm at like 18,000, and now they ain't paying her what she thought she should be getting paid. So now she wants to come to work for me. Bad decision. But anyway, I still did it. Wasn't one of my better decisions that I made. But I got myself up to $20,000 a month on my own without anybody help. Like I said, one thing I can say is me doing my business and stuff like that. I'm a workhorse when it comes to it. I know what my goal is, and I'm not happy until I achieve it. So that's even like when I worked hourly, W-2. I would work sometimes 60 to 70 hours overtime. I pretty much slept at the job.
Oh boy, I
How
can
you can
relate.
you work this much? I was doing it. I probably slept about 3 or 4 hours a day. I would have my 40 hours in. In my first 3 days of the week. They'd be like, man, you can't, how you work like that? I said, if you see my paychecks, you would understand. You know what, though? I tell you this. It's bad that Trump wasn't in office back then when I was doing all that overtime with no tax on overtime. Sure. That'd have been something. But, But yeah, I worked a lot of overtime. I did. I worked more hours than they had hours in the week. And I did it. So, like I said, I got my cleaning business. I'm like $20,000 a month, right? And I'm doing it, By this time, I done did everything, got myself legit as far as everything that I have to do as far as the business and stuff like that. Now I understand everything that I'm doing. I'm looking at it from a perspective of what it takes to do it in order to make money, right? You know, so making 80 or 100,000 a year wasn't much for me because I mean it was too easy to make it with the cleaning business. That's why one thing I tell you with the cleaning business, that's easy to make in a year if you know what you're doing and you got the patience. So $20,000 a month. That lasted for about a year. And mind you, at this time my license was messed up, so all of this stuff was in her name. She started acting petty with it. You want to try to control a business that you had nothing to do with. You didn't help build it. You didn't do none of the work to get me there. So, needless to say, I started doing Roadie, Amazon Flex, and yeah, them was the only two I was doing. And I was okay with leaving from there. I was kind of bent out of shape about it. But I still had one building that I was doing. A guy that had his own business, and I was doing that. And that was $1,500 a month from him, cleaning one building. What was it? 5 days a week. 5 days a week. He paid me $1,500 a month. Plus, I was still doing the deliveries and stuff like that, or whatever. So I started putting in applications for independent contractors and stuff like that because I had got all my credentials straight, including my license. Mind you, I was doing all this stuff like this. I didn't have a license. Just so y'all know, I did all of that work that I was doing with no license. So I got my license. My opportunities opened up more than what I realized. I was like, well, shoot, I should have been got my license. So I got my license. And then, like I said, I was doing Amazon. I was doing Roadie. And between Roadie and that and that right there, the Roadie and the Amazon was paying me about $1,500 a week. And so I went from that to, like I said, where I'm at now, the company that I work for now. Well, not work for, but I'm partner with. Uh, excuse me. So what I did, I didn't realize, like, I got a check from the company that I'm driving for now. I got a check from them for like $300 and didn't even remember that I had did a few deliveries for them, right? And so I'm like, okay, well, if I can make 300 with them, what happens if I do this amount of deliveries? So then the next time that I run for them enough that I didn't do that many deliveries, but I made $1,500 doing that. I was like, so you know how you think, like, okay, well, if I can make 1,500, then I can make 2,000, and if I can make 2,000, I can make 3,000. That's the mindset, right? So I spent 1 week for them. I stopped the Amazon and stuff like that. Kind of did a little bit of it, but the Roadie I had totally cut it off, and so I ran for them for 1 week, right? Cleared $2,700. I was like, okay, so I know where I need to be at. And ever since then, I've been there. It's a good company to work for. You make money. You can always see, like every time you finish a run, they got this little app. It's the agent console app. And what it does is it tells you exactly how much you made for that run once you clock it out. So like once I get to New York, I made my money.
Mm. I do have a question, Mr. M. When you were working the smaller buildings, cleaning the smaller buildings, um, how long did it take you to scale up to you were getting like more, the bigger buildings, so that you can make more money? Took like I think you were saying like a year.
Yeah, yeah. So all right, so cleaning works like this. This is one thing you have to remember about cleaning buildings is do not get complacent. Don't turn it into a routine, because that was my mistake, right? I thought that the same routine would work at every one of the buildings, so I would get complaints and be like, "No, they don't know what they're talking about. I clean the building, this and that." And I'm thinking that they have these papers that say what they want you to do. I ignored them and thought that I knew better, right? Because you get complaints, and like, now you good. You ain't getting no complaints at none of your other buildings, so you figure you'll go in this building and do the same thing. So, uh, one thing you want to do when it comes to the cleaning contracts, and you do that, you want to know how long it takes to clean each one of your buildings. And the reason why you want to do that is you want to write down for future reference for somebody else that goes and cleans the building. Why is this person taking 40 more minutes than me on this building? Why is this person taking an hour and a half longer on this building than me? You see what I'm saying? So you
Yeah.
want to ask the question because this is your business. Uh,
Got
that being said, um, I like the cleaner, man. Plus, it kept me in shape for real. Like, man.
yeah, because
Uh,
I was looking more towards doing that because my pops had a stroke a while back, but he's able to,
uh,
be a little more strong and do more physical work. So, he can't go back to work as like a RN as a nurse because he had that before. But I know he can at least do
uh,
that. Yeah. So I was like really looking towards doing that, like a family business type of thing.
yeah. You can do that. The thing about it is, and I mean that's your dad, so I get that part. My advice to anybody that starts a cleaning business: Uh, yeah. So Rhodey, Terrence. So Rhodey, it's all over the United States. So I'll tell you, like, I get to New York. If I wanted to make like some quick money for the day, I could go and do a Rhodey somewhere along the way and make $70 or $80 like that. So that's the good thing about Rhodey. So it's actually a good app. It's not an app where you're gonna make a whole bunch of money unless you got a big truck and you really get invested in it. It takes a lot to get invested in it. The only thing I don't like about Rhodey now is because it's owned by UPS now. I don't like that. That's the only thing I have an issue with Rhodey. Not that it's not a bad app for somebody that needs money. Like, it's better than DoorDash. That's for sure. I'll say that. Rhodey's better than DoorDash. And you'll make more money with Rhodey than you will with DoorDash. That's for sure. So, just something to think about. But yeah, the cleaning business, like I said, I'm going back to it next month. So my daughter was asking me, like, when you gonna start the cleaning business back? That's gonna start back next month. But I'm gonna slow walk this one because I want to make sure I cross the T's and dot the I's of everything.
Yeah.
And I'm only gonna hire a certain amount of people. Yeah, you're right. Like with Paula, I've never done DoorDash. I just watched my daughters and them do it, and I was like, nah, I'm okay.
Oh boy, never. But you were saying the best advice you would give to anybody starting a cleaning business would be what? Like how I was saying about my pops, I
Is
was saying that.
Yeah. So what you want to do is anybody that you have in the cleaning business, their goal should be for you to build your business and then build theirs. And if they don't have that frame of thought, or nah, I just stick with Rhodey. Life with Paulette, I just go with Rhodey because Rhodey's actually the best one, and Rhodey pays the same day, and they pay more. So yeah, so what you want to do is you want to get the right people around you, because the reason why is because, say for instance, you're sick, right? And you got to be off for 3 or 4 days. You don't have to sit up there and think of whether or not this right here got done because you got somebody that's helping you build your business. They're not calling you every 5 minutes. I don't know how to do this, and I don't know how to do that. After you done showed them what to do. And so, building a cleaning business. Once you really start to see the amount of money that you start making, people start looking like, well, how did I don't want people around me like that. Don't be concerned with what I'm making. Be concerned with what you can make once I build. But once I build the business, this is why I brought you in. You should be paying attention to what I'm doing with my business, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They actually do have Brody. I checked my app when I took my wife to Hawaii. They actually do have Brody over there. So keep the right people, keep the right people around you before you get started. Before you get started with your cleaning business. Before you start hiring people, let me say that. Before you start hiring people, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you got enough to either you're gonna pay your people every 2 weeks or every week. You really should have payroll. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Paulette, I may be wrong. They may not have it over there anymore, but I know I did check my app when I was over there. Yeah, Brody should be over there because it's part of the United States. So what you want to do is just the right people around you. That's going to be the key to keeping your business going.
Gotcha.
And I would start with a franchise because what a franchise does, you might be right, Life with Paulette. You might be right. You very well could be right because that's where I was at actually. That's where I was at. That's where I took my wife at. So you want to just the right people. That's the first thing. Make sure that you can pay your people, and if not, you do the work until you can.
And you said start with a franchise?
Franchise. So you're there in where you at again?
Massachusetts. Right.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I'm
don't
next to
know.
Broad Denver.
Have you looked to see franchise janitorial service there?
No, I haven't even looked I only looked up the logistics companies on this side. I haven't even looked up the cleaning business yet.
No, you look up janitorial services, franchise janitorial services.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. Down at the place that's like Rodale Drive. I stayed right across from the zoo. The hotel right across from the zoo. Can't think of the name of it right off. But yeah,
And for the
sure way to
cleaning,
make money and make good money is a cleaning business.
would you have to like before you start? I know there's certain type of equipment and stuff you have to buy. Like how much
Yup.
you have to,
They offer
how
that
much
to you
money?
on contract.
Oh, okay.
They offer that to you on contract. Whatever you need and what you're gonna do, like the vacuum bucket, mop buckets, all that stuff like that. Franchise got all that stuff.
Yeah, I was already looking that up. They were saying, yeah, as far as vacuum, it wouldn't be. Usually, the companies would have the vacuums because they want you taking it and putting dust in one place, and you take it to another place, and you just spreading more dirt. So normally, them companies supply that, like glass cleaner and all those things.
Yeah, yeah. Life with Parlay, I can tell you this: it was nice everywhere I was at down there. It sure was better than where I was at in Indiana. I can tell you that. I wouldn't want to live there, but I'd visit. But yeah, so what you want to do, definitely, brother Endor, is just make sure again, the cleaning business is a sure way for you to make good money fast. You're not gonna make money in the first year. I'm gonna be honest with you. You won't make
Yeah,
money in the first year. It might take about 2 years.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna be honest. Not no major money. You won't. Well, I mean, you'll see. You'll start to see as you pay your contracts off, unless you pay them off up
Mm-hmm.
front. You'll start to see money as you pay your contracts off, because each contract you get is like buying a car. So in a
Gotcha.
sense, I had 23 buildings. I pretty much purchased 23 cars.
Mm.
Excuse me. That's the way you look at it. But once you start to do that, you start to see that money coming in. Because I'm talking about, now, I don't want to keep paying nobody a fee. That's what a franchise is. You have to pay a fee to have the business.
Mm.
And so,
Okay.
like my brother, again, because he does different business than what I do. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't do that. I said, I know you wouldn't, because you ain't doing the same type of business I'm doing. That's why. But then when I showed him one of my checks, he was like, oh, okay, I see why you do it. Like, yeah, but I still wouldn't do it like this. Listen, man, me and you are in two different businesses.
Two different industries.
Greetings, Tony.
Green sis.
Say it again.
Yeah, two different industries, so to each his own. Yeah. But I know your brother do it on a like
Yeah.
a,
So,
a bigger scale. Yeah.
yeah. My brother, man, yeah, I won't lie, man. Yeah, he's the definition of baller. That's all I can say. Cheapskate at the same time. So,
But
but
definitely.
yeah, I mean, what I'm doing is good money too. Where I'm at on my pay scale and stuff like that. Uh, but I want to. My goal is this. My goal is to be between $40,000 and $50,000 a month, so I can retire, buy me a farm. My wife can stop working, and so forth and so on. Because people think when you hit right above six figures and stuff like that, that's a lot of money, but it's not, especially when you got expenses.
Yeah.
When you got expenses, it don't work like that. Once you get stuff paid off and you don't owe anything, yeah, it's good money. But again, yeah, I'm older. Me and my wife, we're older, but we're just starting out. We're just going on our third year of marriage.
Yeah, y'all
And like
still
I
young.
said, I didn't have the right people. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying y'all still young, so y'all have time to, hustle up and, you know, within
Yeah.
like five to maybe even God forbid it's gonna take 10, but in like 5 years you can hang the hat down,
If I take 10, I ain't trying to be. Listen, I want a half. If everything work out, I want to be, at least $4 million, somewhere around there. That's where I
Yeah,
want to be at. That's why I said about between $40,000 and $50,000 a month. That's where I want to be at. You know, uh, and I want to just, go from there.
yeah.
So when I retire, by this time I can take that money, get that building, get them, the stuff I need.
And at that
Yeah,
point, the
that's
money,
where
the
I'm at.
money, the money's making itself. It's like you're living off of passive income because you're gonna be
That's it.
having workers.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I talked to my daughters and them about about them doing this and that or whatever, and they didn't listen. And process of problem is here's the thing: you can have a mind to want to start a business, but it's what you're willing to do to start the business. And I'm not talking about illegal, but what you're going to invest in order to build that business. And like with me, right? I decided that I didn't want to work for anybody anymore. That was my idea from the last time that I did work for somebody. And then when I tried it, when I started working for myself, I didn't like it. Right? I spent 3 months. I spent 3 months at this furniture company, working by the hour. Right? I went through the little process. They filled out paperwork, was gonna hire me, and I didn't even show up the next day. I just was like, nah.
I'm good.
Yeah, I just learned like I knew like it didn't make no sense for me to waste them people's time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It made no sense for me to do that, and I say that because I knew that I wasn't gonna. You know what I mean? Like I know I wasn't gonna stay. So why even why waste their time or anything like that? Listen, I tell them like, hey, cause you know like I know how to drive forklift, backhoes, Ford trucks, cranes, what's the name? Small cranes, stuff like that. I learned how to do all that stuff throughout my life. Uh, but it was just, cherry pickers. And everybody that worked in the warehouse and stuff like that, they know what that is.
Yeah.
Bill and Layden asking me, do I know how to read paperwork? Really?
Yeah. It's
I
eyes
always
don't
used to
know.
shake my head like,
Eyes don't know the
right,
eyes that reads.
exactly. I've been doing this all these years, and you ain't had to tell me. Like it was the manual labor having somebody trying to train you, and they just trying to get out of doing the work.
Mm. But hearing you
But
speak,
it is what
hearing
it
you
is.
speak, one thing for sure I could say is, you know, having the mindset to be in business is like an important thing because, hearing you talk, not a lot of other people have the determination to get up and just make that step out and say, yo, I'm done working for people. I'm going to do my own thing. And, a lot of people don't ever get there. They're comfortable at their job and like, you know what, I'm safe here.
They get complacent.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get complacent, complacent and comfortable. That's the worst thing to be on any job.
Mm,
Now, don't get me wrong. If you're close to retirement and stuff like that, to me that makes plenty of sense. Yeah, be complacent, be comfortable because you're doing your job and you done lasted all of this time. Yeah, that makes sense. But if you're not nowhere close to retirement, it's too many. The thing about it is it's more ways to start a business out here than it is to work for somebody.
mm, facts.
Yeah, that's what it boils down to for me. Is just being able to say, you know, uh, uh, yeah, I got something to talk to, like my son, right? He was gonna do what I'm doing, and I don't know what happened. I got to talk to him about it too. But it's like, why am I working for myself? What am I doing it for?
Yeah. And that's so true, Sister
Yeah,
Tolan.
yeah, it is. But I hate to say this, when you did what I did for so long, it was too easy for me to fall into the position that I was in.
Yeah.
And you know, uh, for people that's used to working a job, it's a little bit harder because they look at the paycheck. They don't look at the you can't see the business aspect until you do the business. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And honestly, like
So it's like,
people that had the business when I
uh,
was a kid growing up, all the
yeah,
people I used to go to school with, the kids that parents had a
uh,
business were always the most successful. The ones that were with a 9 to 5 were barely, getting by.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes for some people are built to start businesses, and some people are not. Like One thing I do notice that people that struggle, once they get a business, it's like they the best at it.
Well, that's a wonderful question, Sister Georgina. Because I have two little ones, so I'm like hustling between the two could be a hard thing, and I got one on
Uh,
the way.
my
And the wife.
family, yeah. The the pros are eventually I'm gonna be able to get me a farm with animals, and my wife doesn't have a problem with that. My grandkids and my adult kids and stuff like that, they're not gonna have a problem with it. So that's gonna be the pros. The cons is I don't get a lot of time with my wife. I do, but a lot of times is we like ships passing in the night sometimes. So yeah, she tries to argue with me about a lot of stuff, and I get it. I understand the reason why. I don't take it to heart. I know why and where it's coming from, and I'm part of that problem. But she does understand that it's not like you know I'm out here and I'm doing something wrong, and she knows that. And it's on her since she understood that I drive and I deliver for a living. So on one hand she understood it, but on the other hand she didn't realize how much I would be gone. So yeah, the cons is I don't get to spend as much time with my grandkids. I mean, as I would like to. I don't get to pour as much into them as I would like to. So I miss a lot of things. I do. But another pro is that I thank God because He blessed me with this. I didn't even see this job.
What would you think about somebody doing this job with little ones? Like, because
You can
I
take the
think
kids
all
with you on the
yours.
road with this company. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, I remember you told me that one. Yeah. Mm,
But I don't want to do that with my grandkids. They're in school. I can't get them to school.
yeah.
So if you got small children, yeah, that's okay. But school age kids, that'll be a hard thing. And I'll be honest, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait either, Mercy Car. I'm looking forward to it. Give me some chickens and some goats and some cows and horses, four
Mhm.
wheelers and everything. And look, overhauls and boots. I can't
Mr.
wait.
Ham, Mr. Ham in cowboy boots.
Hey, look, I get to travel with the church and everything.
Hey man, that'd be awesome, man.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that. Oh, I was having. Oh, this is kind of off subject. I was having a discussion with DJ the other day, and then I realized something about me receiving the Holy Ghost. I didn't know that I had to have hands laid on, so I got to actually go to the temple for that. So I did not know that that was protocol.
Oh wow.
So I learned something the other day. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. And
Mm-hmm.
listen, I'm trying to work out my salvation. I ain't playing no games with that.
Facts.
Yeah, I ain't playing no games with that. I was glad I was told that. Like what Pastor was saying, I was glad when they said unto me,
Glory to God, man.
yeah, man. I mean, amen. But this working for yourself, you know, it's a it's it's a different feeling. And I say that it's a different feeling because it feels good to say that you have your own business. That's the first thing. Two, to see the effort that you're putting in to continue to build that business.
And I would say generational wealth for your little ones coming, something you can pass on,
No, they're gonna be on that farm. They're gonna be helping build that generational wealth.
right? You wake up
I
at,
told I
but
already
that's
told their mamas, be like, yeah, y'all wanna come and visit?
4 a.m. You got to get up early, work that farm. Mm. Yeah. We have to get on. Oh yeah.
Yeah, not so much a commandment. It's like I see pastor do it. It like I said, it's the sense of it. I don't have a problem with that. I don't yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
And I think Gino actually encouraged brothers and sisters to actually go and work for themselves and get on their own for the times that's coming, you know. And for me, with the whole pandemic thing and a lot of people that was out of work for a minute, that kind of opened my eyes to working for myself compared to working for somebody else. I'm like, if everything shut down, do I have to stop working, or do having a certain amount of reserves? And not to knock the 9 to 5 worker, because you got to do what you got to do, but there's gonna come a time when, or you might have to profess the Lord Jesus Christ, and sometimes working a nine to
Yeah,
five for certain companies, that's going to be a hard thing to do, and you're going to be without work. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Let me answer. Yeah, I'm hearing you too on that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So I was telling Sister Charlotte. So how I discipline myself? Uh, to be honest, uh, I got to the point that I said to myself that uh, I didn't want to go back to working for anybody. So when you set yourself a goal like that, to not to not punch somebody's clock, to work when you want to work, uh, it feels good. Like right now, I'm in the middle of this run right now, and I'm running this run right. I could turn around and take this back, and somebody else would have to run it. It ain't nothing they can do to me about it. Nothing. Yeah, they'll complain. Why'd you do that? This and that, whatever. Okay, well, I don't want to do it. Whereas when you go and you work 8 to 4 or 6 to 2 or 5 to 1, when you're working jobs like that, they gotta say so on stuff that that has an effect in your life. Whereas I don't. So yeah, the discipline came from knowing that uh, nobody else to answer to. So knowing that if I didn't do the right thing as far as not violating the contract, then I lose the contract. And it makes no sense to lose. And I have lost business contracts because I was too hard headed to not listen. So that's another thing about starting a business. Now you may not get fired, but you can lose the business.
yeah.
Because
If
I
you
did
do,
lose contracts, even though yeah, go ahead.
now I'm saying, yeah, you can't lose the business if you're doing, IRS crackdown and you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, or you doing some shady stuff. You can lose your business.
Hmm. but they'll be
What-
like, "No, you ain't blah, this and that, whatever." And I'm like, "Wait a minute,
uh,
what you asked me
um,
to do that for?"
for the courier, I know you said that you had to do the TSA, the TSA thing.
No,
Is
no,
there
no,
any
no, no,
other?
no, 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 no. You don't. No,
Oh,
no,
you
no,
don't.
no, 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 no. Hold on,
Gotcha,
hold on,
gotcha,
hold on, hold on. Listen to me on the TSA. The company
gotcha.
that I work for, because you got to do airplane pickups and stuff like that, they require you to be TSA qualified. But not all companies do that.
Ah, okay, got you. Because he was dealing with the airport and you had to ride in there and all that. Okay, got you, got you, got you. What
Yep.
qualifications do you need though? Do you need any other qualifications running the type of route that you're running? With like any?
What I'm doing as far as this,
Yeah.
nah, no, just license insurance.
Okay.
That's it.
Hey,
And so
easy.
with that being said, you just gotta make sure that you cover all your bases and stuff like that. And you got to remember this too with your job. Well, with your business is this is you have to remember. It's a lot of places out here at times. Norwood where they give whole cow, they sell whole cows
Oh
already
yeah,
cut up
they
for
do
deep
that.
freezers. Yeah. So what you want to do is keep in mind that when you work for yourself, everything is on you. Taxes, insurance, gas,
Mm.
all of that. Everything's on you. You like your own little island. You just don't realize it until you start to build on it. And nobody tells you you can't build there.
Mm.
No, Sister Jolene, like the business that I'm in, it doesn't require that. Uh, what it requires is again to have a license and insurance, and you gotta, on the basis of what I do, you got to be able to drive at least 6 hours or 5 hours consistently. I mean, granted, you might have to stop, use the bathroom, or get you some coffee, or whatever the case may be. But like with me, out of these 12 hours, I'll sleep an hour. I don't like driving at night. That's the only thing I don't really care for doing. I do it, but I don't really care for driving at night. Now, daytime, I'm good.
That's a wonderful question, Sister Georgina. That's a deep
What's that?
question. What have you learned about yourself these long hours driving that you didn't know before? What fruits have you learned about yourself that you didn't realize you possess? You sitting in that car all that time,
Uh, I don't know. I can't really say because uh I'll be riding if I'm not doing live like I'm doing now. I watch politics all the time. If I'm not watching politics, then I listen to pastor, or I'm listening to the Bible or my books. But I learned that I got more patience than I used to have. I do know that.
Man. Yeah, driving so for so many hours, you gotta have patience, brother. Traffic. Oh, what?
Yeah, I tell you, the first time when I first started this, when I first started doing deliveries, and I had my first long run, and I had to drive to Wisconsin, right? Which it sounds far, but it's not really far. It's just on the other side of Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I first drove, I had to deliver kidneys to a 6-year-old boy, and I
Yes,
felt
sir.
good about that.
Amen.
Then I realized, yep, I say amen to that too. I do. Because
Right.
then when I realized, I said, you know what? Some of my deliveries are life changing. When I'm delivering these chemo treatments, and like I think last week I delivered a spleen and a liver to Maryland.
Yeah. And I'm the same way, Mr. Ham.
So
Like that like I already work in the
yep,
medical field, so I already, naturally have a caring heart. I like, doing something that knowing that I've done something for someone as my job. So like even going into that would be because I like taking care of people. It's like knowing that I'm helping somebody out. That's a wonderful thing. Like you praying that the what God's will is going to be done, but you did your part. That's awesome, man.
yeah. But I like knowing that I was helpful with somebody's. I mean, it's life changing, man. Like to deliver a liver, like a liver or a kidney or a heart, or whatever it may be. You know, it feels good.
Yeah.
You're very welcome, Life of Paulette. Very welcome. But I, to be honest, I tell you though, and I hate to say it, but I've said it before. The only times that I kind of don't feel as good about my deliveries is when I go to these people houses that's smoking like a freight train, and they still want these hospitals and stuff to take care of, and they killing themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you dropping off
I
oxygen
remember,
and somebody smoking smoking outside. I'm like, hey, drops.
yeah,
That's when you blast Gino. Repent, be baptized.
yeah, yeah, because like and I can't do nothing but pray for them, but I just don't understand it though. Like you already suffering from what I mean. You already suffering from cancer. You already can't breathe and this and that or whatever. And don't get me wrong, I was there, man. I used to smoke cigarettes and drink. I used to do that, so I get it. I don't have to agree with it, but I get it.
Yeah.
And now I can't stand the smell of cigarettes. Can't stand the smell of weed. I couldn't stand the smell of weed before either. But uh,
And that I can get what you're saying with that, Mr. Ham. Like that's the only part you don't like. But even like where I'm working, sometimes, well, I only had it happen twice. I had to take care of a what do they call it, transformer. Yeah, and
yeah, I deliver to them sometimes too.
I didn't feel
And here's
right.
the thing, I can't. Yeah, yeah, but my thing is this: I can't look at them like that. When it comes to this, when I do,
Mm-hmm.
they're patient.
They're patient. Yep. And you just
We
there
have
to
one man,
offer support.
a bearded one, and I'm up here thinking like I'm trying to. I had to hurry up because I couldn't. I wanted to laugh so bad.
Oh boy.
I'm like, I hope this man don't think he no woman.
Nah, I took care of like female, like women that going into the other route, And sometimes you gotta look twice. You're like, hold on. Looking in the chart, you don't, they take out on the chart now. They won't even put the actual what you born as anymore. And like, what's your name? Yeah, you just wait for them to speak. You're like, oh, okay.
I just shake my head, man, when I see it. Man, listen. One thing I had to get to get to the point to just ignore 'em, man. Do my delivery, get it over with, and get on about my business. Because I've delivered to houses that the people were witches
Wow.
and psychics, and I just shook my head. But you know
Yeah.
me, I probe people when I ask questions and stuff like that. I think they figured it out because they stopped talking to me.
Hey, man.
I
Good to
try
work for
not to,
yourself.
man. Yeah, but I can't offend them either because that's in my contract. You know,
Yeah.
here's the thing: I had to be careful because some of my stuff is HIPAA. So
Yes.
regardless, I
Yes.
still have to be like,
Yeah.
Now, my personal opinion has nothing to do with HIPAA.
Brother Terrence.
Yep, Terrence. I done delivered the witches. I done delivered
Mm.
the psychics, atheists. Yeah, you got all these people that if they haven't even figured out that they should have been turned it over to God, and they slowly dying off. Because if I show up and and I ain't delivering for a baby, you on your way out of here. I
Mm.
hate to say it, but it's the truth. I'm not being funny, not being hateful, but I'm simply saying that I deliver hospice. You on your way out of here. Sound like at this point you better start making a.
Turn into God or something.
No, I mean I don't. So Brandon Briggs, I don't know when these people are those type until I get to the door, and I can't turn around and say, "Oh, I ain't gonna deliver their medicine."
Yeah. Because, yeah, they're
Now, if it was
patient.
transition in medicine and I knew it was, I would refuse to do it.
I was going to ask that same question on Sister Georgina. Your back be hurting?
Nah,
Mm.
no. I tell you what, though, when I was having kidney stones and stuff like that, my side was hurt.
Oh, boy. Kidneys. Some
No,
things.
no. I lean that. Hey, look, I lean that seat back like I'm in a gangster ride.
Wait, Mr. Ham got the holy
I'm
gangster
stretching out.
lean.
I ain't playing that. Yo, yeah. You don't ride with them knees all folded up and everything. But I had that stuff stretched out. You riding you riding long distance like me. Don't play that.
It's like, man, he's very comfortable in his car. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I look. You know how you can adjust the seat whether to dip down some, make it a little bit longer that way, and then I lean the top part back, and I'm good to go. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
6 foot. But even still, like when you get in certain cars, you can tell when you ain't got no leg room.
Oh, boy. But yeah, I think that's
So
what
yeah, I like what I do
I'm gonna be doing is courier while I build up like the cleaning business like you doing, because it seems that the cleaning business is gonna take a little time to build up. Yeah.
though. He said, not the kidney stones. He's in the low ride. Yeah, being hard headed. That's I had it wasn't too bad. I passed it pretty quick.
Trust.
I don't know because my wife be like, "Why don't you to the hotel?" But I sleep in the car a lot. especially if it's comfortable in the car. I lay the seat all the way back. Look like in a van. I can lay the seat all the way back, and I can lay on that last row. We good. I bring my blanket and my pillow with me.
I'd rather know.
Listen, I ain't bumping. Look, I ain't bumping none of that. I ain't getting mistaken. I ain't getting deported.
Um, they're like, sir, please, can you step out the car? Your music is too loud and you're sitting too low.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Hey, so you see all this deportation stuff going on? Yeah, I ain't playing with that.
Yeah, some people do live in their cars. You gotta do what makes work. What works for you, man. Some people don't got a house and they in their car. Hustle till they get an apartment
Yeah,
or something.
that's true. You know what though? I'll be honest with you. When I was in the streets, when I was hustling, I was in the streets. I wasn't homeless. It was just I ran the streets so much hustling that I was in my car all the time. Or I'll be done passed out from drinking all day.
Yeah. Hmm.
Make it home half time, then sleep in my bed because I was passed out of my car. That I was in them streets. I was in there getting it. So, but nah, when you do these deliveries and stuff like that, that's one of the things about doing deliveries. You get used to sleeping in the car.
I already sleep in my car
I
at work.
remember everybody done did it. Be out there, set that little alarm for that instead of even eating, set that alarm and sleep for an hour.
Yeah, alarm go. The alarm go off. You jump up like you was never asleep. I'm, I'm well
Yep.
rested.
Yeah. But like with me, and see that's the thing though. My wife was just telling me when she ride with me stuff like that. I don't understand how you gonna sleep for 30 minutes and wake up and start driving again. I've
That
been doing it
you
long enough that my body I kind of got used to it.
that's just when you have a good wife, she gonna do them things. She gonna. You need to take care of yourself. You know that's just what
Yeah,
wifey gonna do.
man. She's telling me about stuff like that. She do. She's trying to make sure I'm good. I always checking to see if I'm all right. Everything.
Yeah. That power nap for real.
Yeah, that's right. They got another thing coming on this one though. See, they already done started y'all wrong, right? Because they wanted me to say, okay, we'll be there at 8 o'clock, right? Now I get there and I pick it up at 9. I'm riding. Now, number one, y'all got me showing up in rush hour. You should have had me pick it up at 8 o'clock or at 7 o'clock, which puts me a little bit above rush hour getting there.
Yeah.
And they'll try to rush me there, right? They'll try to rush me there, be like, yeah, we'll get there, gotta be there sometime. They get there, be like, oh yeah. So, I get there and be like, oh yeah, we were waiting on that, but we're not ready for it. So, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So what they have, we was talking about this earlier, it just now came to mind. I was thinking about it, now it just came to mind. So the three deliveries I do for delivering the radioactivity or delivering tests for like Quest. I know y'all know what Quest is. It's
Yeah.
ambient, refrigerated, and dry ice. Ambient is room temperature. Cooler, you already know that's like a little bit above freezing, and then you got dry ice. So those are the three that I deliver. No, this ain't the first time I've been here delivering. Yeah, I see some of the weird people there.
Bats
I
in your
think this is
car.
about the seventh time. Yeah, it's about the seventh time that I've been to New York. I believe it's about the sixth or seventh time. And I'm over like in Yonkers and stuff like that. But this time I'm going to New York, New York. So, and I'm going to the hospital. So,
New York, New York.
yep, I drive stuff like that. I mean, I just like I said, I like this. I like this the stuff that I do. I got this space age van of mine that I'm driving, and I'm up here like
How long you have to drive back after delivery is dropped
I'll
off?
take my time. Yeah. How long?
Yeah.
Is that what you asking me?
Yeah, how long you have to drive
How
back
long would it
after
take?
you drop it off after 9?
It varies. For me, yeah, like I take my time coming back. I don't rush.
Yeah.
But trust me. But like I said, I make a chunk of change for this ride back. So they realized I had that heat up that high back there. That goes to show you I don't know that much about this car. So, can't sleep. Okay.
Oh wow, Mercy Car. Not many people know how to drive a stick shift. It's pretty cool.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I haven't driven one in I don't know how long.
I heard they're fun though. It's the funnest thing. The best way to drive. And you save a lot of gas.
I don't know. It's about the same for either car now.
Wow. Maybe depending on the car. Yeah.
The way that they done the design cars now, they pretty much the same both.
Boy, I tell you, I miss the old
I
cars.
yeah, like with me though, I don't know. I just kind of I don't know. I really haven't even thought of stick shifts in a long time. Not that they don't, not that they don't make them and stuff like that. I just don't see the point in it. I tell you what though, this car is weird. Like I don't know. Like I'm 0% on the electric side, but the gas side I got plenty of gas on that side. I almost thought about taking it to one of the chargers and charging it up. But I was like, oh no, I don't want to do all that. I just stick to the thing that I know, gas.
Right?
It'd be a little while faster. This thing is actually pretty good on gas though, real good as far as what I can tell. Cause I didn't even fill it all the way up to full. I was like about a little bit less than full, and I'm still running pretty good.
In your experience, because I'm pretty sure since you're renting cars, what would you say is the best car to drive long distance? Like, what type of car would be
This
cool?
van so far that I'm in, and I mean, just depends on if you're not doing where you gotta have uh big things in the car or
Hmm.
whatever, then Impalas are pretty good. I mean, Malibus are pretty good for deliveries, and they pretty good on gas too.
Okay.
Yeah, Ford Fusion.
I don't know about the Ford Fuses though. I got a love and hate relationship with Ford. Yeah, my dad used to
Yeah.
have a roofing
Well,
company, and we used to have so many Fords that used to break down.
26 miles to a gallon. I don't know how many miles this thing gets to a gallon. I had to check it out. I'm in a Chrysler. I think it's like a 22 or a 23, something like that. So I don't know how many miles it gets to a gallon. All I know is I haven't even hit a half tank yet. And you know, the thing I liked about my car that I had before the transmission went out on it, before my transmission went out on it, I used to like it because what my car would do, it would switch in between city miles and highway miles. I like that.
Mm.
I think that's something should be on all cars because the amount of gas that you burn less gas if you use cruise control.
Yeah,
I had to explain that to my wife because when she was driving, what's the name? She wanted to drive without the cruise control. She's still kind of scared that she get in an accident or something like that or whatever. And so that's people that like to drive without cruise control. Nah, just take your foot off the gas, let it go.
yeah. Just all you gotta do is cover your brake. Make sure you always cover your brake. That's all.
Mm-hmm. You get in that. You get in. Get in. With this car on that cruise control on and just go, and you good. Like with
Yeah,
me, I'll probably ride. See, I done knocked off about 100 pounds. Looks like started with 750 miles. So I done knocked off almost 100 miles. That's not bad at all, considering. But you know,
yeah. But yeah, definitely this you gotta be strong willed and have a determination. Make up your mind and gonna do something like this because you know
hmm
cover your brake and stay awake. Definitely stay awake. Definitely stay awake. If you're feeling tired, what
ain't gonna
would
be
you
like that
do?
one lady. Ain't gonna be like that one lady. Ain't gonna be like that one lady in that self-driving car that killed her.
Yeah. Mm.
So like me, what I'll do is I'll ride for about another 200 miles, something like that. I'll go to sleep for about 30 minutes, wake up, ride another 150, 200 miles, go to sleep for about 40 minutes or an hour, and by that time I'll be pretty much there in New York. Yeah, I
Yeah,
really like doing what I do.
I'm definitely gonna look
I can
into
honestly say
insurance
that.
and yeah, I gotta go hunting for companies and see if I can I've been looking on Indeed and stuff like that, trying to find different companies. I might
Yeah,
just go check out
yeah,
the other one you told me. The
you talking
T
about the janitorial?
Nah, for the logistics, the T what you call it? I forgot the name of it. Start with a T. I think it's in Rhode Island though. They have a company in Rhode Island. One of their buildings is in Rhode Island. Legit T Force, T Force, T Force. Yeah,
T-Force.
yeah.
Yeah, I know one of the main ladies there for T-Force, but I don't know if they got like Southern and Eastern or whatever. I know this
Mm-hmm.
one lady, she does hiring for them. But again, everything that I'm talking about is in the Midwest. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Not that it ain't worth trying where you at, but if they got it there, T-Force is a pretty big company, though. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
T-Force, T-Force is a pretty big company. Now they're not as big as the company that I work that I'm partnered with.
Yeah, they don't have anything in Mass, but I do. I think they're where Bro Jeremy is, and he's right next to me. So I'm like, I might as well just go over there and
Oh, okay.
check them out.
If you get started with them, you're gonna run across other companies that do the same thing that I do. You just want to get your foot in the door
Gotcha.
because there's always gonna be other companies that pay more. T-Force pays all right. That's all I can say. They don't pay
Yeah.
more than my company.
But for a person like me just starting
I can
out,
tell you
gotta
that.
start. You gotta start somewhere, right? Get my
Yep,
foot in
yep,
that door
yep.
first.
Well, I wouldn't deter you from not going there. I'm just simply
Yeah.
saying, get your foot in the door so you can see how it is and go from there.
Keep it pushing.
Because hey, listen, it was a lot. It was a lot of stuff that I bumped my head up against before I finally got to where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Like I said, really get to see where I'm gonna be at in probably about the next 5 or 6 years. It'll be a wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't, if it wasn't for the grace of God, I can honestly say I wouldn't be this far along.
Amen. All glory to
I
our
don't
Lord
take no
Jesus
credit for
Christ on
nothing
that.
that I do. That's right.
Facts.
So that's why I'm at on it. You know, yeah, all these skills and stuff like that. Yeah. All the skills
Brother,
and stuff that I got, I would. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask Brother Norwood, could you talk about the self-driving car if you gotta be some type of crazy? I don't know if y'all
Oh
remember
no, I
that.
was talking about the lady. I was talking about the car that killed the lady.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all remember that movie back in the day that the trucks they used to follow the people around. It was like a scary movie, but it was trucks. Like nobody, there'd be no drivers, it'd be self-driving trucks. It's an
You
old
talking about
movie.
the Stephen King movie,
It could be that one.
Overdrive.
Ah,
That's what it's called.
boy.
I know what you're talking about.
I ain't never gonna get in no self-driving truck or car or whatever. Mm-mm. Brother. Oh, he said he thought
Nah,
T-Force was
Y2K
assassin.
was trash, man. That wasn't scary. It was trash. And
Y2K.
that's the movie with the female that's playing Snow White.
Oh man, it's the end of the world. Y2K. But I remember that time. Mm. 2000,
Yeah,
man.
they was talking about the world was going to end.
It's going in.
Yeah, when they was going to talk about the world was going to end.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, man, I ain't worried about that. You see what happened if you wake up tomorrow and the world ain't here? I was like, listen. I was like, one thing I can tell you is I haven't read that in the Bible, so you go ahead on with your Y2K. I said that way back when. And I was messing with people about that too, boy. They got mad at me. See, you don't never take nothing serious. No, I'm just not gonna take you serious. Then you got all them doomsday preachers.
Right?
2000, the world go in.
Everybody take this special drink with me. Mm-mm.
Yeah, man, you had the alien, you had the people that was waiting on the aliens to come back. They done put a alien Jim Jones on some people. and had them drink the Kool-Aid.
I was like, what in the Independence Day is going on?
Uh-huh. I was like, what? When they said that, I was like, who the alien people? Wow, they killed themselves. I just shook my head when I seen that.
But now aliens, they say aliens real, huh? Mm.
Hey, I was laughing about it. It was funny to me. Because you gonna kill yourself waiting on the mothership. I think the Muslims will be mad at you about that. That's some aliens gonna take over the ship that Muhammad said that was coming back.
Mm. Brother Terrence, they T-Force just might be, they might have a trucking company and still do logistics, so they might.
Yeah, you can deliver your car with T-Force.
Yeah. Nah, but he was saying he thought they were delivering a trucking company for staffing agency for truckers.
Yeah. Uh, if you got your Class A, you pretty much can get a truck driving gig anywhere. It's easy to get
Yeah.
hired as a Western if you got your Class A's. But especially if you already got the driving experience.
Oh man, that's funny, brother. Holiness. He said, "Hey, yo, you ain't making payment. We're gonna lock the door. And you gonna make this payment."
We like that Will Smith joint. Was it iRobot?
Yeah, I robot.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. They talked about all this drones and artificial intelligence running this and that, and it didn't work out like they thought it would.
Mm. Is anyone planning
I
on
don't know.
starting a business after listening to Mr. Ham? Yes, I am. I already started my business, but I just didn't know which way I was gonna go about. Um, the logistics, and I wanted more information to learning how to start my own cleaning company, which I was also interested in. So I'm definitely gonna take the information I've
Mhm.
learned today, and I'm gonna, maximize it. So I hope everybody else got this information, and we can network. You feel me? We can network together.
Yeah, you can ask me anything about it. I tell you, whatever I can help you with, I will. I mean,
We appreciate it, brother. We appreciate these gems that you drop. Most people be gatekeeping and all of that. So, most people only want to
nah,
work. They get there, they get the information, and they keep it for themselves, or they make a business out of giving information. Like, all right, it's gonna cost you money to get the information, and they make a job out of that. So, we appreciate you putting us on, and like this is priceless information we got today.
yeah. I mean, I see a lot of people that start businesses and they fall apart because they selfish in what they do with the information that they have, as if you can't have the mentality that if you start a business, nobody else needs to start. It don't make any sense to me,
Yeah,
and it usually never works out for you. Even a million and billionaires, if they had just stopped at their self making money, they wouldn't be where they were at.
it's true.
Even people that try to keep the business in their families. The problem is if they only keep it in their family, the business only gets big enough for their family, and it won't go any further.
You mean like most of these pastors, the family pastors, TD Snakes?
Nah, not so much then, but I'm just saying, like, even if you start a family business and you don't reach outside of your family, then there's a problem. Yeah, not so much the church stuff. I won't touch that as far as that. Like if you got a business that's not part of the church, I get it.
Yeah.
But the two shouldn't be exclusive. It should be one and the other should be the other.
And another thing too, just because they family don't mean you need to be working with them. Sometimes working with family would be
Nah,
the worst idea for some people. For
got
some
that
people,
right.
not everybody.
Yeah,
I'm like, you got to show up to work tomorrow. I'm like, man, I used to change your diapers. I'm like, what? Make it make sense. That's right. Never measure your success with someone else's. That's what's up, man.
that's right. Trust me. I'll give anybody any information I can give you if it's gonna help
Yeah.
you. I like to see people start their own business. I
Yeah,
do.
that's so true, Sister Georgina. Like, unfortunately, it's not just family. It's anybody that's close to you. People see you with a little bit of success. It's people that see you. You know, you just show up and met them for the first time, and they just envious and jealous of you, and just want to destroy you. And when they see that success, so like Mr. Ham said, was the one of the most things that stuck out the most to me is getting good workers, good people around you. That's like one of the most important things because know the people that's working for you. Yeah.
Y'all may not want to hear this. Well, some of you may not want to hear this. But the reason why Trump is being so successful right now is because what did he do? He got the people around him that he could trust.
Mm.
I mean, seriously. I mean, you got to give it to him.
And he's always been that way. And he's always been that
Yeah,
way
but I'm
because
I'm
he's
I'm, I'm
always rolled
saying
like that. Yeah.
those are the people that you want around you when you're building a business.
Yeah.
And thank you too, brother Holiness too. You're welcome for that. But yeah, so that's what you want to do. You want to surround yourself, as far as business is concerned, with people not so much that you can trust, but want to see you succeed.
Yeah. And one thing I noticed about Trump, like, um, a lot of presidents that you've seen, you never seen them like how he came in with a team this time compared to
Yeah,
the last time he came in. This time he everything was
they wouldn't
just
let they wouldn't let him.
yeah,
He stayed on the offense the whole time he was in office the first time. This time he came in booted and suited.
yeah. Do you think this
And
would
you
be
ain't
the
gotta
best?
like him, but you see what he doing.
You think this is the best time for to start a business for business owners? It'll be in these next 4 years. It'll be the best time to maximize business for
For
business
for for
owners.
the type of business that I'm into, yeah. There ain't no downside to what I'm doing. And I thank
Yeah,
God for that. You can only go up, you can only go up with what I'm doing.
yeah. You, Mr. Ham, I saw this crazy video. Somebody was driving some illegal immigrants, and they checked the car, and these people was like under the seats, like near like the bottom of the car. So when they checked and they like lifted up a section and they was under there, I was like, how? And this is like a small car. I'm like, how they fit in? You wouldn't even think to look there, but it was crazy.
Yeah.
Niggas going wild right now, man. Mm,
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't listen. I learned all this stuff right here, and you're right too, Georgina. You're definitely right about that too. Yeah, the people that you keep in your circle. That's why I was saying. Um, I think I told you the numbers last time as far as like uh, the way that things work. I think it was on the phone though. Uh, when I was telling you how it worked to make money with the cleaning
Yeah,
business, the
yeah,
numbers, how to
yeah.
hire people. Yeah. So yeah, you want to keep that in mind. But he said no circle here. But I really
Hey,
I'm like go ahead. Yeah, I have to keep in mind that yeah, I'm stop. I had to get this gas. I wasn't, but I might as well go ahead and just go ahead and top it off. Be a ride for a while again.
hey, I'm the same way,
I don't know.
brother Terrence and sister Flemings. I don't really have a circle, man. But I know dealing with business, you're gonna have to create, a circle if you want to really be successful.
Yeah.
And sometimes family is the last ones you need to hire. Maybe the ones closest to you.
Well, you never know. Like with me, I don't really. I don't know. I can't really say how and the way that it works out for me because like right now I'm not hiring people, but I do know the type of people that I'm going to hire once I do work out my situation as to how and what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Because I
And it,
know no, go ahead.
now I say like at least like sometimes when you put your family on, it's like at least they have appreciation for the work. You get me? So
Some
like
some do.
okay.
Some.
Right.
Some. Because I've
Sure.
hired family members and boy, they run around here. You didn't put me on. What you talking about? Really? How about I
Right?
tell you this? I put you out. I fired you. How about that? You gonna fire me for real? Yeah, you fired. What you mean?
He said you cold blooded, man.
Hey, I was good for firing people, man. Fired my kids too.
Facts. Hey, you learn life lessons. You fired. Better appreciate this
Mm-hmm.
job.
When people like, why can't you fired your daughter? Yep, I sure did. I couldn't have did that. Well, why'd you hire? Why would you hire somebody you can't fire?
Right?
That don't make any sense. Like I ain't gonna. Yeah, that's why I ain't hiring no family, and I don't hire no friends. Man, listen, that's one job. I mean, I will fire you in a heartbeat. You can't adhere to what I'm telling you to do, and this is my business, and it's gonna affect me negatively. No, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Cause you got people like that's like letting somebody use your car, letting somebody use your car, and they supposed to take care of it, and they do the worst stuff to it that they can.
Yeah.
Seriously, and they do it and don't care. Don't think twice about doing it.
I'd rather fire you first than like you sabotage everything I done built from the ground up. I'd rather let you go.
Hey, can y'all hold for a second? Let me run to him. I got to pay for this gas. I'll be right back.
All right, brother. Facts on brother Norwood.
Or y'all come
Family's the worst.
sometimes they are, and,
They be the
and
worst.
they try to make it seem like it's your fault. They try to make it seem like it's your fault for them doing the worst thing they could come up with.
And they be entitled. It would be the best job they ever had and getting the best pay.
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm. And dragging their feet. Say, this is all I'm getting? Like, yeah. You fired. I'm gonna give somebody else this check. Say rule number one, don't hire people. Oh, facts. Don't hire people that can't smile. You can't smile. I ain't want to look at your face. Boy, or what we call him, yo, you're stushut. How long up your face for? I don't like seeing people that can't smile. I'm like, you can't, if you can't laugh at yourself, I don't need you around me. Mm. I trust the chickens before you trust people, man. Brother Norway. I trust my dog, man. My dog will be working harder than some of these people. Mm. See, a science center. Hold on, let me read it out. But yeah, it's wonderful gems today. Misery knows company. Character takes you places. Any of y'all gonna use this information and get y'all business together? And if you are, hey, we can network. We can network. I do have some information on how to build business credit. I know Mr. Ham was talking about it. Like we were talking about it I think it was a week back. But you don't really need it for the roadmap that he gave you, but having business credit would still be a good thing. Like where you don't have to rely on your own social security number and have the business itself work for itself. Yeah. Brother Norwood, how many chickens you got? You probably got a few hens and a few roosters. I'm glad we're not probably. That's so true, Mercy Car. So true. You can work all this money. You can hustle all this work, even though we talking all this business stuff. You can hustle all you want. If you don't have the Lord, boy, you die tonight. Wake up tomorrow. Well, you don't wake up. You look up and you see God Almighty or whoever's coming for you. Mm. 4 hands and 2 German shepherds. German shepherds are extremely intelligent. I love those dogs. I wanted a husky, but we have a family dog here. But I told her already. I'm like, yo, once you go, unless I have a farm where I need the dog to run on the
I'm back, y'all.
welcome back, brother. But yeah, unless I have a farm, I ain't gonna get no dog
Hold on one
again.
second.
Especially if I'm trying to travel, it's like having another baby. You know, you got to make sure the baby got a daycare, baby got to eat. Having a dog is just kind of like that, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I like with this right here. What I do though, and the thing that I like about doing delivery, the thing that I like about doing deliveries is I get a lot of time to myself. My wife said I like too much me time. That's what the problem be. It's not that though.
Oh man,
I just I'm kind of really used to really just a lot of it's. Hey man, what happened? Oh, it filled up faster than I thought it would. It just looked like it was like it was gonna keep going. Hold on.
yeah. Ooh, you still breed German shepherds, brother Noah? When I was in the South, everybody was breeding them pit bulls. Mm. Man, I miss living in Florida. But hey, but it kind of crazy out there now, so I don't miss it. So I'm having problems with my people following the TOG. That's my problem. Hey, when you really look at it, Sister Car, like the 8 people that entered the ark, man, it's not gonna be many of us, that's really following the truth. You know,
Sorry about that, y'all.
it's all
Okay,
good,
I'm
brother.
back. Definitely.
Welcome
This
back.
thing. It's the
But
space age.
I can definitely
This
relate
space
though.
age. The space age van is crazy. I'll tell you that, and it's really space age. I have not seen no with all. If you see all of this all these functions this thing got,
Mm.
I'm like, dang, what happened to just getting in the car, starting it up, and driving?
Too much technology, man. Too much.
Man, I remember at a time when I used to get a phone and I just wanted that thing to call and text, and that was it. Now I want to do everything else but that. I don't know though. It rides smooth though, and it's fast for a van.
Mm.
I tell you that. I look up, I be doing 80 and don't even realize it. Plus, it's so quiet because it's like it's gas and electric, right? But
Yeah.
you know how the gas and electric cars, they're real quiet.
Yeah, they're extremely
So it's
quiet.
kind of strange to have a gas powered car that is this quiet.
They're hybrid. They're hybrid. Mm.
Yeah.
But Mercy Car, I got the same problem, but we keep praying for them so that they can come into
What's that?
holiness.
I'm sorry. What was you guys talking about? I'm sorry.
Now she was saying that, having problems with family following the TLG. It's, normal things like people that don't want to accept the truth, especially your family and your loved ones that you care and love so much and you want the best for them, you know. That can be the toughest thing.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like with me, I'm like after talking to the minister the other day, he made me realize something. It made me think about something. He was talking to me about that I'm supposed to have hands laid on and everything like that. One thing I realized is the scriptures was clear when it says to work out your own salvation. I'm really gonna do that before I worry about anybody else. My
Amen.
brothers and sisters that's already my brothers and sisters that's already going down the same road that I'm going down, seeking holiness. Those are the ones that I'm gonna keep in mind.
Amen. Work out your own way.
So and I'll continue to pray. Yeah, and I'll continue to pray for everybody else without question. I'll continue to do that. But I know this much. I want to at least know before I can talk to somebody else about it that I got my salvation together and stuff like that. I'm not gonna stop discussing the Bible or anything like that. But I want to keep making clear that I'm not an authority on it. I understand a lot of the Bible, but
Yeah.
more I want more of understanding to say, uh, I just really I want to make sure that that when I'm speaking, because I'm actually speaking what's inspired by God.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I'm doing that.
That's so true
So,
because
like I said,
even you worried about your family so much, you can mess up your own walk with
yep.
Christ, being so concerned in other people's walk. The Lord busy trying to. If you just new in it and you have your afterbirth on and you still got more cleaning up to do, but you over there watching your family members and what they doing and stuff like that, that it can really hinder your growth. So I completely agree with you, Mr. M. Like, I love them. Some of them I have to love from a distance too. And as much as they might hurt them or anything, but the inheritance is
Uh-huh.
promised, and it's a beautiful thing watching Gino and all the years that he's been walking with the Lord and his family members that it took a long time for them to actually go into that water and to accept the truth. So, just watching that example of Apostle is just it's an amazing thing that even if you walk and you're saving yourself, you saving yourself can save someone else. Yeah, just in that example.
I just want, yeah, but I pray the Lord continue to keep me. I got
Amen.
and I know I have my pitfalls and stuff like that. And I just pray that he continue to keep me. One thing about it is though, and I mean, like I said, I learned, I soaked up what the brother was talking to me about. And so now I want to make sure that I apply it.
Yeah.
I want to be a doer of it, not only a sayer, but a doer.
Have you ever been to any of the business conventions with TOG? Like I know they
What do you
do
mean?
like I know they be doing like networking. Like I don't know if it's just for the younger ones, but sometimes TOG will keep those events where they come together and anybody that has like a business or certain people doing
Um,
contracting and stuff like that. I've seen if you ever went to one of them. I've never been, but
I,
yeah,
I've been, what I have to say, as far as me, I've done most of this right here. Greetings too, DJ. I've done most of this by praying and asking God to lead.
amen,
I, I don't take any credit for anything that I know. I can tell you what I do, but I have no skills without God.
amen. Let the Lord give the
So I
increase,
have
right?
to, yeah,
Yeah,
because it's not me. Here's the thing. One thing I know, and two things for certain, right? One thing I know is God is good, and and the second thing for certain is He can bring you out of situations. That's for certain. So I say that to say this, right? With all of the foolishness that I was into up until I started following the truth of God, uh, I realized, excuse me, through all of the foolishness that I was involved in, that He actually allowed me to learn skills that provided me a future.
yeah,
And so now I'm more thankful than ever. And I realized this, like, a lot of guys can't say, and I'm not saying I'm the only one that this applies to, but a lot of guys can't say from where I came from to where I'm at now that I was able to overcome and move on and become better, at things in life than I was then, that I am now. So I have a basis of where I came from to where I got to so far.
yeah,
So, and if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here saying what I'm saying right now.
yeah. When you went into doing your own business, were you working at a 9 to 5? Like when you were ready to finally
Um.
step out and work for yourself, were you working 9 to 5 at the time?
Yeah. Let me answer Georgina's, and then I answer yours. Okay.
Okay.
So hold yours and then ask me again. Okay. All right. So Georgina, if I hadn't paid attention to what another person was doing, I wouldn't have known which way to go with the business. And not only that, sometimes you have to watch other people in order to understand which way you're going to go. Uh, so I learned how to do drywall. I did roofing, uh, fast food. I know how to cook. I've been cooking since I was 9. So To an extent, I believe you should mind your business. I say that if it's a person agree with you about that. I definitely do because you have a lot of people that look at the money but not at the struggle.
Yeah, it's so true.
I, I thank God that I'm always, and I'm. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was cutting out. I apologize. Um,
You just started. It just started. But yeah, it's little
I
choppy.
must be, I must be hitting them errors and stuff like that. Okay, thank you. All right. So no, but like my wife now, she's great. Start a business. She's great. She's great. Do a wedding. People getting married. That's what she wants to do. But that's hers. I'm gonna help provide money for her to be able to run it and be able to start her own business and stuff like that. Kind of, what kind of husband would I be if I didn't have? Because at first I thought that what she had, she just got to get everything together first. Though I'm not gonna just throw money out there.
Yeah,
Clientele first. Because the thing about it is, because of the society that we have for the past 4 years, not a lot of people get married right now. So technically, you know what I mean?
that's true. And actually, being married and having a business is like one of the best benefits. Like, yeah,
But you got a lot of people, they got a lot of ways to start business, and I see a lot of people that start businesses is online and stuff like that. Your bottom line and your net profit should be what you should be looking at if you planning on starting a business.
yeah,
Um, Now, if my wife sold jewelry or I don't I don't get involved with I'm not getting involved with her business. That said it's a good business aspect. Now, if it's something that I disagree with as far as when she starts her business, uh I'll if it's something that I disagree with or it goes against what I believe in holiness, then I'll be like Trump and I'll have to cut the funding. Like Elon Musk and Trump, I'll have to cut the funding.
oh man, I can't support that, man. Gotta get you cut.
Nah, nah.
You fired.
But here's the thing. Yeah. Me and her, we've had that discussion. So now it's like she understands that. So she's not going to do anything that violates what I believe.
Yeah,
So, you know,
me and the wife
we'll
have
see.
had that discussion too. With like, I think she wanted to sell fake hair and extensions and stuff like that. I'm like, find something
Nah.
else. Find something else. With love, find something else.
When I was having a discussion with my wife about her coming on my lives and stuff like that. Uh, and like I said, I love my wife, but I'm not gonna if I don't believe in the way that you dress and stuff like that. I'm not gonna allow you to promote that on my channel because that's not a part of it. But at the same time, I told her that she was welcomed in the chat anytime she wanted to because that's not me participating in what you believe. So that's where I'm at as far as that.
Yeah, and you're
So
gonna be judged. You have a standard of holiness. You're gonna be judged based off of what
yeah,
you allow. So, yeah, a business
yeah,
part, even
yeah.
like Gino said, like if you know and you don't do anything, that's when we error as far as business. Just keeping that in mind as
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't, and you know what's crazy? Uh, that I'm going on 17 years. Is it right? About right? Close to 2009. No, not 17. No, yeah, it is close. It's close. No, 16. Yeah, 16 years. Why I said 17? That's been a while. Yeah,
No, no, but the question
16.
what I was gonna ask you earlier was
But
before you decided to go out and work for yourself, were you working in 9 to 5 at that point?
yeah, remember that's what I said. Remember?
Okay.
Remember I had said that I had worked 11 to 7.
Okay, okay. So when you were ready to
And then
make
the
that
guy was
step,
looking for, and remember I said the guy was looking for somebody because one of his guys didn't show up. I mean,
yeah,
if I had known what I know now, well, no, I still would have did it because I wouldn't have learned nothing had I not had let him teach me.
yeah. As far as like expenses, like when you're ready to step out and just jump out into that business, did you make sure that you were able to what like make the same money before you left completely?
Nope. Remember? Do you remember? You might have missed it, brother. Though remember I told you I was only making $300 a month when I got to my cleaning business phase.
Yeah.
$329 a month.
Hey man, that's hard
And
labor.
that's what my kids actually helped. My kids actually helped me out too.
Wow.
Kids was like, "Nah, pops, we ain't finna let you let that business fall through this." I wasn't thinking like that, but I was like, I was struggling, trying to make $300 and some dollars work. What's in that? Good thing I didn't have no mortgage payment at the time.
Glory to God on that one. Been stressing. Hey man, it's just a
Yeah,
wonderful thing hearing your journey, man. A lot of people would have never made that step in faith, man. There's like for trusting and being able to step out like that.
I believe God for all things, but
Amen.
even when I wasn't following holiness, I knew to thank God for everything that I had and that I got every day. People be like, they looking at me like when I was saying this, and I would say this, and I'd be like, "Nah, I thank God for this. I don't take no credit for that.
Amen.
I didn't realize it then, but I realize it now. You know, it's always a journey, but it feels good once you start to get there. Though
Yeah.
it really feels good once you start to get there.
And
Well,
and
guys,
Sister Torlin, it's not
go ahead.
like a seminar for the business meet with the TLG. It would just be like say they were at the Philly campus and they would do like a youth outreach, and he would tell them to come out and bring their gifts so that they can help maximize. But I don't think it was like a more like a seminar. It's more they were already having service, and I think it was for the youth. I need to find the video, but though I don't want to misquote it, but I'm gonna
Mhm.
look for it and I'm gonna find it out and let y'all know.
Okay, okay.
Brother TNT on tonight or nah? He sleep
I'm not sure. Let me check.
either. He
I
might
think
be.
he might be. Yep, he is on. Looks like. That's not a recap. He's live.
Okay.
I'm going to start closing out myself. I got me another live tomorrow night. I might be coming live from New York now. Let me quit.
Wait, hey man, we
Nah,
appreciate
I'm
you.
joking.
We appreciate you, brother.
Mm.
Ham, and for all the things that you're doing. Keep up the great work. We're praying for the channel to continually increase as the Lord continues to increase you. And we thank you, brother, and appreciate it.
Yep, I appreciate that. Yeah, so I like I said, my main thing is like if y'all had any questions about anything as far as that pertains to doing courier delivery or janitorial franchise, can ask me anytime. I don't care on any sessions and stuff like that because I want to make sure people understand that's the easiest attainable thing to get to in order to start a business.
Yeah.
But all I can do is continue moving on down the road.
Amen. One day
Indeed,
at a
indeed. I'm
time.
gonna go over and check out. Yeah, I'm gonna go over and check out TNT a little bit, and then probably gonna stop and sleep for about an hour, and then get back on the road. That's what I'm going to do.
All right, brother. God bless y'all. Have a good night. I don't know. I might rock it out with TNT for a little bit. I was there up late last night, so kind of a little sleepy still. But hey,
Oh,
um,
what? No, she was. Let me just look and see. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow's the 7th, right?
what is it? No, yeah. Today's the 7th. It's officially 12 right now.
Is,
12. Yeah,
is it?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought the day was the 6th.
No, it's 12 a.m.
Nah. Oh,
It's a,
show is.
yeah,
Never mind.
yeah.
Okay. And then we got God manifested flesh. That's the talk today.
It's gonna be an
Yeah. Yeah.
interesting one.
Okay. All right. Oh yeah. Because I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see one of them come try to say, yeah, well, it's three gods. He ain't manifested. Yeah, I got
Hey,
it.
I
You
was
be
about
like,
to
yeah, okay.
I was about to go in on Tony last night until he got kicked from the StreamYard, but yeah, he was with that last night with
So
me and
he was wilding out with one of his crazy.
brother Gino P. He wasn't wilding out. Tony's usually you could at least have a conversation with him. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, God bless everyone. May the Lord continue to keep all of you. Let praise the Lord Jesus above all. I like to thank you for the former prophets and apostles and our modern day apostles. May the Lord continue to keep you and your family, be it on your job or in your household or whatever you may be struggling with in your life. May the Lord deliver you from it. I like to pray for my wife and family and my grandkids. May the Lord continue to keep. I like to make sure that I continue to walk with seeking the truth of the gospel. I want to make sure that I continue to do that. I pray that the Lord continues to be my shepherd. And with that being said, God bless everyone. I'll see all of you over on TNT's channel. Y'all have a good night for those that's not going over there. May the Lord continue to keep. Amen. And with that, I'll be ending. Thank you guys.